reigning most valuable player in the NBA. He's Steve Nash of the Phoenix Suns, and he leads the NBA at 10.5 assists per ball game. Tonight, he matches up with this man, Stephon Marbury, who used to run the point in Phoenix before coming to New York a couple of years ago. Tonight, he hopes to get the Knicks back on the right track here on NBA TV. It is game night, and it starts right now. You're looking inside at the world's most famous arena, the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. It is the site of our NBA TV game of the night as the New York Knicks play host to the red-hot Phoenix Suns. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Game Night here on NBA TV. I'm Gary Apple, sitting alongside Jim Spinarkle. Always good to see you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Gary. Nice to see you, too.
Always. Tale of two teams heading in opposite directions. The Suns coming in, winners of 4 straight, and they've moved to the top of a very competitive Pacific Division. The Knicks have lost 3 in a row, currently tied with Atlanta for the worst record in the league. They've got just 7 wins so far this season. The question is there a chance for a Knicks upset tonight?
Well, I think the only thing you can say that's been working well for the Knicks so far this year is they've gotten 4 out of their 7 wins at home. So there's always the hope that at the Garden they can put something together. But obviously, you know, not only have they been disgruntled in terms of team and the way they've been playing on the floor, a little bit of it last week or so hits the press, and they're making discussions between Larry Brown and Stephon Marbury, at any case hitting the press and talking to one another through the press. So I just think there's a lot of distractions going on right now at New York. You would hope that the Suns throughout the holidays and their traveling have some distractions, but sometimes that plays into your favor. So I would expect Nash and company to come out and play fairly well tonight.
For more on tonight's ball game, let us send it across the river to the 2 men who are going to call the action for us, Mike Breen and Walt Clyde Frazier. Gentlemen.
Gary, thank you. As the Knicks will play their first game in 2006, they certainly hope it's going to be a better year than 2005. Certainly, Knicks come in with that 7-21 record, Clyde. Right now, that's tied for the worst record in the NBA. No one envisioned that this season. But as a team still with so many games to play, how do you get yourself out of this kind of funk?
Well, it's very ironic, Mike, that they're playing the Suns tonight, and Phoenix has turned it around with defense. Last year they gave up the most points, and they also have done it with teamwork. They have 7 guys now averaging 10 points or more, and also with a prodigious bench play. So that's what the Knicks have to try to get going. First of all, a more tenacious defense, teamwork, getting the ball distributed around the court, and also the bench has to produce as well.
Now, the Suns last year, they won 62 games, and as Clyde mentioned, changed things around, brought in more defensive-minded players, but they still have a pretty good offensive team, and it's led by a guy that's just been sensational. Last year, the MVP, and Steve Nash is doing it again this year.
Right, and it amplifies that he's the MVP, folks, because they lost Stoudemire, and they have not missed a beat. So Nash continued to lead the team with dishing 10 a game as well as the NBA. But what he does is perpetual motion, breaking down the defense and making the guys around him better.
Suns looking for their 5th straight road win tonight against the Knicks. Let's go back to Gary.
Mike, Clyde, thank you both very much as we get a look at some of the numbers. By the way, the Suns also looking to beat the Knicks for the 5th consecutive time. If they do so, it will be the first time they've done it since back spanning the 82-83 season. Jim, what about these numbers jumps out at you?
I think what Clyde just mentioned to the opponent's points, 99 points per game the Knicks are giving up. So, you know, a Larry Brown team focusing on defense and really controlling the tempo, that's not working for them. I think that would be the first thing, and also the shooting percentage of the opponents, meaning that they're not really getting it done from a defensive end with any kind of consistency. So hopefully, like they said, the new year brings in some good things for the Knicks. I mean, they've been distracted, unfocused on the floor in 2005. We'll see what happens in 2006, but they got a long way to go to turn it around.
It is the Knicks and the Suns right here on NBA TV. Larry Brown vowing to make a bunch of changes, getting the younger players more playing time. That means David Robinson, David Lee, and Nate Robinson will see some more time. We're expecting Nate Robinson to be at the shooting guard position in the starting lineup as we head for break here on NBA TV. We are back in just a moment.
The NBA on NBA TV is brought to you.
Gary Apple, Jim Spinarco, back at our game night studios. Starting lineups for the Suns, Diao and Marion, along with Kurt Thomas, who's back at Madison Square Garden. Raja Bell and Steve Nash. They play for the head coach, Mike D'Antoni. For the Knicks, David Lee and Nate Robinson, the rookies, in the starting lineup. Let's get you out to the Garden now. See you back at halftime.
In terms of when your team's going poorly, you just need to carry with these things.
Teamwork is the first one. They got to get everyone involved. Move the ball. Defense. Come with some defense. Also, the bench play has to be productive as well if the Knicks are to prevail tonight. The Suns are offensive juggernaut, folks. So they're first in scoring, first in dishing, first in block shots. So very versatile team.
Marion with a three-pointer. Marion knocks it down. He is averaging over 20 a game, over 11 rebounds. A very difficult matchup for David Lee at that small forward position.
Three-point shot is the catalyst for this team. Only Golden State attempt more and make more than the Suns.
Lee will try and make the matchup work his way down low. Right-handed, backs it in nicely.
Richard Lee's ambidextrous, so that time the right hand off the glass.
Marion's a good defensive player, but doesn't guard a lot of post-up players. Nash guarded by Robinson.
Oh, a little shake and bake.
Nash tips it, and they get a new 24. This is the 5th game of a 5-game road trip for Phoenix as Robinson knocks it away. Still Suns ball. They have won all 4 games so far on this trip.
Let's take a look at David Lee, 6'9". Previously, Marion scored from downtown. Lee reciprocates with the deuce off the glass.
Eddie Curry is on Thomas. Kurt Thomas with that elbow jumper. You see Lee with the rebound. He had 12 of them against Milwaukee last Friday.
Thomas is fronting Curry. Now he's behind him.
Curry rushed the shot. And here's Diao.
Yeah, very versatile is Mars Diao.
He plays like a point forward. Terrific passer.
Questionable shooter.
Raja Bell. And Marion tips it back. Nash for 3.
I got it.
And Antonio Davis the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Mike D'Antoni felt that Bell knocked it off Davis's foot.
Nice effort by Bell because Davis brought the ball down and Bell was swarming around, but the Knicks have it in the backcourt.
And there D'Antoni. Last year, the coach of the year in the NBA as the Suns won 62 games. They had that magical regular season, wound up losing to the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, and then revamped their team in a lot of ways. And having to play without Amari Stoudemire. Lee left open, and David Lee off to a good start, 2 for 2.
That time you saw these Suns looking to double team inside, and now a foul on Kurt Thomas, moving screen. So Nate Robinson, good tenacity to get over the screen to draw the foul.
Robinson a little shaken up on the play.
Let's take a look at David Lee. See the double there on Curry. Someone's open. That time right in front of the Knicks bench, it was Lee. So Lee 4, the Suns 3, as Lee inbounds along the side.
And you see Robinson with a heavy limp there.
That could nag you, a thigh bruise. You get hit in the thigh like that.
Robinson for 3. And Marion, 4th in the NBA in rebounding, grabs that one. Suns still like to push. They're still the highest scoring team in the NBA as Marion is called for travel. Phoenix averaging over 103 points per game.
Let's see what happened to little Nate. Kurt Thomas, right there, they say he was moving, and that's where he caught the knee and the thigh.
Antonio Davis deep inside, blocked. Gets it again, lost it. Excellent defensive play.
Kurt Thomas averaging 1 block a game, has it now.
And Robinson with a foul on Steve Nash.
Nash perpetual motion, gives you a lot of different changes on the dribble. Watch the stutter step, slow pace, quick pace, and right there Robinson the culprit with the foul.
Nash averaging for the season 10.5 assists per game. That's tops in the league.
But he also averages 4 turnovers, surprisingly, to go with those 10 assists.
Yes, and it was higher earlier in the season. Now, obviously, he handles the ball a lot, but he himself has said he needed to cut down on his turnovers. Last year, he averaged a little over 3 a game.
You see Bell, he leads them in threes attempted, Raja Bell, but struggling right now. He's missed his last 2.
Antonio Davis, nice up and under move. He's trying to take advantage of some mismatches down the other end.
Robinson's doing a good job picking up Nash in the backcourt. So obviously that's a big defensive plan. not allowing Nash to run free tonight.
Kurt Thomas and Lee with another rebound.
Suns a little lethargic now. Their shots have been short, hitting the side of the rim.
Marbury kicks it out. Marbury, nice move inside. And the Knicks with 8 straight points to take a 5-point lead.
No communication on the D now by the Suns.
Suns again are an improved defensive team, Clyde, but as Diaw can't connect. Curry the rebound.
Yeah, that has been the catalyst for their winning, the Suns, their defense. Last year they gave up the most points in the league. This year only 96 a game to go with the 103 that they score per game.
They obviously desperately miss Amari Stoudemire.
Right here is where they miss Stoudemire.
Davis, nice move, and Antonio Davis taking Diaw down low. Diaw's a good defender, but doesn't have the strength to deal with Davis.
But you see the Knicks game plan. They're going to either go into Curry or Davis on the low post, and now they're getting tangible results.
David Lee with his 3rd rebound already, as the Suns have missed 8 straight from the field. Robinson gets inside, lefty layup, got deflected. And a 3-on-1 now for Phoenix. Bell inside to Marion.
Marion among the leaders in huffing and stuffing, so he's the beneficiary that time.
Sean Marion, coming off a terrific season last year, was 3rd team All-NBA and an All-Star, finally getting the recognition that he's deserved.
Yep, he's got the salary. The Suns rewarded him with a big contract.
Lee again. And that's the area of his game that he has to work on, his perimeter jumper, but he's 3 for 3, including 2 jumpers.
Nate Robinson right in the face of Nash, doing a good job, but he has 1 foul. Can he'll afford another?
Thomas. And a deflected. Antonio Davis, the deflection. Lee on the dribble inside. Shot won't go, but a foul. Nate Robinson on the follow. That doesn't count.
And a rare, prodigious start by the Knicks. So they're off to a good start. The Suns continue to misfire with their shots. And turnover right there by Kurt. Watch Lee. Guys are not aware of his dexterity with the dribble and the shooting, so he gets the foul.
Lee with 7 points and 3 rebounds already, getting to start again, despite the fact that he's got his work cut out for him down the other end with Sean Marion.
His nemesis has been poor free throw shooting, and he continues to be erratic.
We played 5 minutes, and the Knicks on a 13-2 run. Nash.
Suns are getting their normal shots, just not getting them down.
And Marion knocks down another 3. He's got 8 points, so it's Marion dueling David Lee in the early going.
Marion, their top gun, he's averaging 20 per game.
Leads the team in scoring. Marbury with Raja Bell, who's a pretty solid defender. Marbury gets inside on him and banks it in. A tough shot from Marbury.
Bell all over him, but to no avail as Stephon improvising off the glass.
Well, the Knicks are 7 of 11 from the field, which is impressive, but perhaps more impressive, they haven't turned it over. That could be the #1 problem that they've had this year, although sporadic defense. But they've turned it over far too many times as that ball was deflected.
Turnovers and fouls, Mike. They lead the league in personal fouls and turnovers. And right here, no foul call. The Suns have it along the side.
Yeah, the first game between the two, and this was back on December the 9th. Knicks actually played well in Phoenix, lost down the stretch. They had 24 turnovers in the game and lost by 4.
Jamie Lee just lackadaisical on the D that time. No reason. There was no screen, nothing set for Marion. So 5 consecutive points for Marion. The Knicks want to talk it over.
Well, he's got all 10 of their points. Sean Marion off to a terrific start. Lee as well on the offensive end, but neither have been able to stop each other.
Let's take a look at Steph. Basketball's a game of improvisation. Steph improvised nicely that time off the glass.
Anheuser-Busch salutes designated drivers. Responsibility matters. We're just past the midway point of the first. David Lee having a strong offensive start, Clyde.
Yeah, speaking of driving, he's driving and thriving right there, creating off the glass. Also has the mid-range jumper going as well as David Lee. And always a good rebounder. And again, the jumper swishing it through.
He's had problems at the other end, though. Sean Marion, all 10 of the points. Now, James Jones is on David Lee now. Lee working. Right hand again. Short. Davis with the offensive board.
Knicks among the leaders in there bounding.
And a foul's going to go on Raja Bell. Antonio Davis spotting the mismatch. Tried to post him up. And Bell with his first second team foul.
So it behooves the Knicks to keep this a half-court game. And they might try to exploit the Suns in the paint with Davis and Curry thus far.
So Diaw is out. So they switch Sean Marion. And a blocking foul is going to be called.
Kurt Thomas might be.
Oh, they changed the call. Tim Donaghy was not going to. Well, he's claiming no, he's going to call offensive all the way, but that was a very delayed call.
Left side of your screen. Looked like Kurt was there. I thought it should have been no harm, no foul.
It was close, certainly, but what the Knicks were reacting to was Donaghy didn't call either way, and then all of a sudden he said offensive a couple of seconds later. That's their first turnover. The Knicks alley-oop. Marion was stalled nicely by Nate Robinson. Marbury with the steal, and a loose ball foul on Nash. Good defensive work from Marbury.
Nash nonchalant with the ball. Marion was open, but watch Nash. He was trying to watch Nash, how his effort right there, see? Very lackluster. Good steal by Steph. And this is the one Steph was charged with.
Nash was upset. He felt that Marbury pushed him off. Marbury's upset that he didn't like the offensive foul call. So both point guards annoyed at the officiating as Curry drops one in.
Curry should take his time. No way Kurt Thomas can deny him. But Curry has a propensity to rush his shots at times, and also to be foul prone with charging fouls.
Davis on
the
net.
Mismatch now.
Marion again from three. And long rebounds. That's what happens when the team shoots a lot of threes. You've got to watch the long rebounds. And Curry goes high, rips it down.
Lee is open. Stephon sees him. Jones with the steal.
And Robinson called for the foul. That's going to be his second. Yeah. This is not a team that you want to try a lot of alley-oops between Sean Marion and James Jones. They've got some guys that Boris Diaw that can really deflect those.
Nate was doing a good job on Nash, but now he's gone with his second foul. Crawford checks in. Crawford will not be able to pressure Nash in the backcourt as Nate was doing.
Let's see if they switch. Eddie House comes in now for Phoenix. Crawford's going to be on House, so Marbury will guard Nash.
Eddie House, folks, has been rocking the House. Coming off the bench, very prolific is House.
The journeyman who has found a nice home with the Phoenix Suns this year is David Lee's call for his first foul.
We mentioned the personal fouls have bedeviled the Knicks all season. Now they have 3. 4:09 remaining in the first quarter. The Suns have it adjacent to their bench.
And because Mike D'Antoni going with a smaller lineup, his House will inbound. So has Larry Brown. He puts in Quintel Woods to guard James Jones. Eddie House right away. Instant offense.
Point a minute for House. He's one of those type of guys off the bench.
You see Woods, one of the first players off the bench. Larry Brown talking before the game that Trevor Ariza, as of now, has kind of lost his spot in the rotation as Woods throws it away that time.
House is open downtown again. There he is.
James Jones for 3. Marion keeps it alive, and Curry with a nice tip. Knicks have the numbers if they push. David Lee running the floor.
Provocative stuff by Dave. So he's had a prodigious beginning. He's shown a nice repertoire. Hoops off the glass, the jumper, and that time the stuff.
He's got 9 points already.
Diaw to the hoop and the continuation.
Yeah, there's where Diaw's such a nightmare matchup for power forwards and centers. He's got such quickness that he's got a chance for a three-point play.
This is why Curry will leave the game now. Curry giving him the interior play, and David Lee, folks, outstanding play thus far. Lee in transition, the recipient of the good pass from Steph.
And Diaw, who came across in the sign and trade with Joe Johnson from Atlanta, but was just really a backup player, is starting to blossom here in Phoenix. Curry comes out after picking up his first foul. Channing Frye in the game. Quintel Woods inside, draws the foul. And Woods will shoot 2.
Good slashing move by Woods that time off the dribble. So previously we saw Diaw diagonally into the paint. This time Woods to draw the foul.
James Jones, his first. Woods misfires, our Wise Snacks quote book for tonight.
Well, it's just snacking, I guess.
It's an anonymous quote that we'll get to later. Sorry about that. 5-point lead for the Knicks. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Nash got away with a bit of a push there.
Now he has the mismatch, though.
And that's what makes Nash so tough, is because he's such a good perimeter shooter.
Fry kept dropping back when he didn't have to. He should have stayed up. So the Knicks at one time had the momentum. The Suns had missed 7 consecutive shots, but now they've regained their composure.
Crawford's pass deflected. Fry comes up with it. Knicks taking it to the basket solidly. They continue to shoot well, 10 of 15.
Surprisingly, the Suns, one of the best shot blocking teams in the league.
Nash down the D out.
Good intimidation that time by the Knick D. Woods is open.
Quintel Woods hop step. Offensive foul. They'll negate it.
Woods has to take his shot. He was open 15 feet away. Tried to get closer to no avail.
That's his first. And the team's 4th turnover. Marbury talking with Robbie Robinson, the young ref. But the Knicks with a 5-point lead here in the first. Knicks fans, Friday, January 6th. Una noche de ritmo. Come out to the Garden as the Knicks will celebrate an evening of Latin rhythm as they'll take on the Wizards. For tickets, log on to nyknicks.com or call 1-800-4-NBA-TICKS. 2:14 remaining in the first. Knicks leading by 5. The Wise Snacks quote book, as Larry Brown said, he will shorten his rotation. Trevor Ariza now out of it. Quintel, meaning Woods, has beaten him out. David, meaning Lee, has beaten him out. He's got to get back. We've got 3 days of practice. He's got to figure it out. We've certainly seen some terrific moments from Ariza. 2nd-round pick from last year, just 20 years old. But he's had a lot of uneven performances and a bit erratic at times. And Larry Brown wants more consistency from him.
I think Ariza, there's no comparison to Quintel Woods' defense and Ariza's defense. Quintel perhaps a better offensive player than Trevor.
Well, Woods really struggles on the defensive end, but has that explosive ability on offense as Fry's call for his first.
The Knicks in the penalty now, 1:58 remaining first quarter. Nash at the line, a 95% shooter.
He is #1 in the NBA. He's also the #1 active career free throw shooter. How about that miss? He's taken 125 free throws this season, 125. And that's only the 7th miss all year.
But how about this stat, folks? The Suns attempt the fewest free throws. The Knicks attempt the most.
The Suns right now are on a record-setting pace for fewest free throws in an NBA season, one that the Knicks of the 2002-2003 season set. See, Mo Taylor is in the game. Taylor, a little jump hook in and out.
And you see the Knicks are getting the one-on-one. The steal by Woods.
Woods gets inside. Rush the shot. Nash pushing it up the floor. Eddie House for 3. Boy, House, as Clyde mentioned, instant offense, and it's a 1-point game.
At Arizona State, he's a career leading scorer when he played there. Once had about 60 points in a college game. And we saw that in Phoenix when House entered the game. They started to feature him as well.
He's had a lot of big 4th quarters. Mike D'Antoni calls him my relief pitcher. He saved a lot of games for us in the 4th. Marbury's shot won't go, but Channing Frye draws the foul on the follow. Diaw with the foul.
Remember Frye, folks, born in New York, but raised in Phoenix, Arizona. And remember in Phoenix, he had his worst performance of the season with his family there, friends there. He was too zealous, could not settle down. So good rebound that time by Frye, but he misses the free throw.
He admitted he was nervous with his dad at the game, as you mentioned. His dad, Thomas, has been the biggest influence in his life. Frye always talking about his father. As you mentioned, Clyde, mom and dad, they're born and raised Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn. We're Knick fans growing up.
His father probably idolized me.
And he outs. Misses that one, and Woods the rebound. We just assume that.
Or Willis, uphill.
Taylor against Dion. There's the double team.
Finally, they start to double. The Knicks had a lot of one-on-one opportunities.
Fry draws another foul and one. Channing Fry, good little jump hook. And the Knicks back up by 4.
Now you see a swarming Suns defense looking to double. And right there, the double is coming late, and Fry loses the double by going to baseline and a fortuitous bounce to send him to the line.
So Marion with his second foul. Let's go to Al Trowley.
Hey, Mike, when we were in Phoenix with the Knicks, that was a game that you missed. We met his parents, Channing Frye's parents. Mom was a former television producer in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, that was a nice play. Dad, you meet them for 10 seconds. You know exactly why Channing Frye is Channing Frye. I asked them, did he ever do anything wrong when he was a kid? And they had to think for a moment, and they said, well, he was embarrassed to drive our pickup truck, but that's about as bad as it got. Back to you.
Meanwhile, shot clock and game clock nearly even.
Crawford coming off the bench for Robinson. A nice shaking and baking right there.
And drops it down with 2.9 remaining. Knicks putting a little full court pressure on. Nash gets it ahead to House. And he lost it out of bounds as the buzzer sounds. That's going to be end of the first quarter as the Knicks shoot 60% from the field. And after one, the Knicks with a 4-point lead over the Suns. Don't miss an encore presentation of Last Man Standing. Hundreds of the Tri-State area's top street ball players go one-on-one. See who's the best of the best. Last Man Standing will be Wednesday night at 9 on MSG. Meanwhile, right now Nate Robinson shaken up on a collision with Kurt Thomas earlier, but he's sitting down because of 2 quick fouls. Knicks as a team, though, with a solid first quarter, leading by 4. Clyde, what stood out?
Teamwork. I thought they did a magnificent job of getting the ball to the open man early on. It was Lee who provided the impetus, and you see there's fantastic shooting by the Knicks.
The Knicks played a good defensive game against the Suns in Phoenix back in early December. They had a season low 89 points as Marbury knocks down his 3rd field goal. 85 points, I should say. The score of that game was 85-81. Eddie House and knocks it down. Quintel Woods not getting it over the screen at all.
There's no reason in looking at him. He's in the game to shoot, folks. He's averaging 10 points a game. So he's close to that now.
Crawford and an offensive foul on Mo Taylor down low.
Yeah, there's a mismatch there. Jimmy Jackson trying to guard Stephon. This is our Panasonic digital replay. Let's take a look at House. See Woods right there behind the screen, and it's too late.
House doesn't need a lot of time to get off a shot. Woods deflects it out. Larry Brown has said, as you see, Crawford's in the game. When Crawford comes in, Marbury will move to the 2. He would like to keep just a 3-guard rotation right now with Marbury, Robinson, and Crawford. And check foul. Channing Frye.
See no reason for Frye to create that foul.
That's his 2nd.
No reason. He had good position. Diaw wasn't doing anything but looking to pass the ball. Now Frye would have to take his seat because of his folly. Curry checks in.
Ball deflected by Woods, but taken right back by Phoenix. The extra pass. Jimmy Jackson knocks down a 3, and the Phoenix Suns with their 4th 3-pointer.
Selfish play by House that time. He could have taken the shot, but Jackson was uncontested.
Now they're saying it was a 2. They've changed it. Crawford to Curry. Curry and a foul. Nice move from Curry. The big man showing his athletic ability.
Amazing grace. Watch this delayed pick and roll. These guys are very good together, Crawford and Curry. Obviously played together in Chicago, so they understand the nuances of picking and rolling. And watch the timing, exquisite timing right there. There's a contact and the finish.
And Curry hits the free throw. They not only played together in Chicago, they were best friends. Knicks back up by 5.
Diaw, not a post-up player. Now another ill-advised foul by Nick.
Quintel Woods grabbing James Jones as he went through. Woods with his 2nd foul. Diaw.
And And when Nash is out of the game, you see a difference in the continuity of the Suns.
Diop plays the point, again like a point forward. Looks inside. That's why he's on the floor for his offensive ability.
Yeah, that time the nasty stuff along the baseline.
And House dribbles it off the foot. Curry running the floor.
Look out.
And Crawford able to track it down. Crawford, that's a quick three-pointer, and he knocks it in. And the Knicks have a 2-point lead.
The Suns need to talk it over now. They're in disarray.
Eddie House slams the ball down, but slams it towards the official. And the Knicks shooting 66% from the field.
And watch Eddie Curry, previously amazing grace to score, coming up with the loose ball. Crawford, the benefactor to Curry, this time the beneficiary, and Woods pumping along the baseline, propelling the Knicks.
I love snakes. You, and this basketball bounce. I love this game.
The Nike Super 6 presented by Foot Locker coming to the Garden Sunday the 15th. Don't miss the best in high school hoops. Grady against boys and girls. Also, terrific women's game, plus St. Patrick's against Rice. Tickets available through Ticketmaster. Knicks with a 10-point lead. An 8-0 run right now for their largest advantage of the first half.
The lethargic-looking Suns team now trying to get out of the doldrums.
Well, if you're going to play Phoenix, this might be a good time to play him. It's the 5th game of a 5-game trip. Marbury knocked it away, but it goes out to Bell, and Raja Bell hits a 3.
Finally, after missing a couple, Bell right in front of the Suns bench. He leads them in threes attempted as Bell. Entered the game, had 139.
He's had a good, solid year for them. And a 3-second violation, defensive 3 seconds called against Phoenix, so a technical foul. Crawford immediately goes to the line. Crawford was mad at himself after the Milwaukee game. He missed a couple of key free throws, took a bad three-pointer, had a couple of turnovers, and was upset after the game in Milwaukee. Larry Brown, right in the locker room, they had a long talk. Brown telling him some of the thoughts he thought he should have done toward the end. And Crawford said he appreciated it. Kind of words of encouragement. Brown has been tough on the team, both in practice and certainly in his public criticism, something that the players have gotten used to, or trying to get used to, as Taylor misfires, and it's Phoenix ball.
Taylor got the shot he wanted. Nice fluidity, but it wouldn't stay down. Yeah, Brown coming to the Knicks as a teacher, a good teacher. And I think Crawford is an excellent student, a guy that's always willing to listen.
Shot won't go. And Marbury comes the other way.
Some debris fell on the floor. Now the ball boy sees it.
A piece of tape. And he gets an ovation for taking the tape away. Nice entry pass to Curry. Curry draws the foul. I was at a game earlier this year in Cleveland where the ball boy was out mopping up a wet spot on a fast break, and he nearly took a charge because he didn't get his broom off the court in time. That time he was able to get the debris off quickly enough. Diop, meanwhile, his second foul.
Curry creating havoc in the paint. For a big guy, 285, he's very elusive, so he's been able to draw fouls.
Sean Marion will return. And that's Nash. That's what he always does when he comes out. Wraps himself up, lies down. See Stoudemire sitting next to him.
Now that's real cool there. They thought I was cool. That's real cool there, folks.
Curry misses both free throws. Knicks 5 of 11 from the free throw line. Jackson inside. Kurt Thomas.
Yeah, nice unselfish play by Jackson. Kurt resounding stuff.
Just over 3 minutes gone by here in the second. Alley-oop to Curry. And Curry misses the jam.
He was 2 for in that basket, was Curry.
So Curry missing 2 free throws, and then that one, House can't hit. David Lee with his 4th rebound. Marbury, tough shot falling away. Marbury's mixed up. He's shooting and passing well early. Crawford with the deflection. Nice play from Crawford. Gets inside. Left-handed. Great play from Jamal Crawford. And the Knicks back up by 10. Yeah, Stephon, a nice move to score with the jumper, and a little razzle-dazzle by Crawford after stealing the ball to score. Crowd really enjoying this run by the Knicks.
And an offensive foul. Kurt Thomas will pick up his third.
And Thomas' second moving violation. Take a look at Jamal. In anticipation with the steal, he fills the lane. And watch him use the left hand. A little wheeling and dealing right there to the hoop. And Stephon, smooth, amazing shot right there by Steph. So he's under control as well.
Marbury with 8 points, 3 assists as he went to the bench. Heard a little ovation from the fans. He's had a rough stretch where they booed him, but playing very well here in the first half.
Kurt doing a good job denying Curry. They wanted him inside.
Thomas, an excellent post defender. David Lee.
Nowhere to go for Lee. Good double teaming by the Suns.
Marion, excellent anticipation, and Raja Bell finishes down the other end.
So both teams have been thriving in transition off of turnovers.
Knicks still shooting 64% from the field. Nate Robinson, you see back in with Nash. And an offensive foul. That's where Thomas's defense has been a big boost for this team.
Thomas working diligently denying Curry. So a little frustration by Curry. They're pushing off.
But that's more of a mistake of Robinson trying to force that pass in there. Even though Curry gets the turnover and his second personal, Robinson shouldn't have thrown it in. Or am I wrong on that, Clyde?
You're right. He had bad positioning, but that's why he was over-aggressive in creating the foul. Screen by Kurt Thomas. There he is on the baseline.
Nash. Steve Nash, a terrific shooter. For his career, 47%. Last year he shot 50%. And Nash now with 5 points, 4 assists. The reigning MVP.
Yep, first team All-NBA. Previously you saw Nash chilling on the floor. Now thrilling with the jumper as the Knicks want to talk.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Gary Apple back in our NBA TV studios. Coming up on the Toyota Halftime Report, we'll have first half stats and highlights of other games going on tonight. The Sonics and the Pacers, the Bobcats and the Hornets. Also, Jim Spinarco joining me with first half analysis. Right now, back to the Garden. Mike Breen and Clyde Frazier.
6:42 remaining, second quarter, Madison Square Garden. Knicks leading the Suns 42-36. Number of Knicks playing well early, including Stephon Marbury. Clyde, who's balancing shooting and passing well in the early going.
Yeah, Steph very composed tonight. A lethal shooter. Good creativity off the dribble. And right here taking a shot that he wants.
And as Marbury was coming off, he gets a high five from his coach and got a nice ovation. As we mentioned last week, was a rough week, hearing boos at home, and then the controversy in Orlando when he hardly took many shots. But Brown and Marbury finally talked about that specific incident. As Robinson gets inside, shot blocked, and Marion the quick outlet.
Marion averaging 2 blocks a game.
Jimmy Jackson wide open for 3. And ball batted out of bounds. Last touch. It's going to be Suns ball.
See, that's time the Suns try to get a 3 rather than a 2. They had the numbers in transition. Misfired from downtown.
Davis back in for Curry. Curry 5 points, 3 boards, and a couple of fouls.
Curry looking like he's getting in better playing condition as well. Very quick tonight and elusive off the dribble. Crawford, a lot of contact, no foul.
Tough matchup for Mo Taylor guarding Sean Marion. Marion presents so many matchup problems for most teams. Davis now on Nash talking about a matchup problem. And Robinson with the steal. Good switching, dangerous pass and a foul on Raja Bell. Robinson throws it up. There's a lot of little kid in him, and I don't mean little it's because of his height. Yep. The exuberance of Nate Robinson.
Bell turned it over, then created a foul trying to get it back, so the Knicks will have it in the backcourt.
Clyde, the thing we've watched recently, especially in the Milwaukee game, Robinson, for the smallest guy on the floor, plays a very physical game at both ends.
He does. Uncanny leaping ability.
Antonio Davis, Mo Taylor, the offensive rebound. It's now backed up by 8 as we're past the midway point of the second.
Knicks have kept this a half-court game because they've controlled the game.
Nash kicks it out. Good ball movement. Raja Bell back out. And Jimmy Jackson, the veteran. Jackson.
4 points off the bench for Jackson. Nate has a clear out. See what he does with it.
Tough spinning shot from Robinson. Ball batted around. Marion comes away.
Suns with numbers. Knicks get back. Knicks have been excellent all season in transition D.
Not that time. As Jackson getting a lot of open looks. He's now 3 of 4 from the field.
Yeah, Jackson is starting to percolate now.
5 3-pointers for Phoenix as they've cut what was a 10-point lead down to 3.
Jackson not an integral part of this team anymore. Last season he was, but his time has been cut, so he's providing impetus now.
Nice pass from Crawford, and Taylor with the finish. Jamal Crawford with a pretty assist, his 4th.
The 2 Wolverines hooking up that time. Both guys played collegiately at Michigan.
You love those college connections, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I used to know all the mascots and the cities where they were located as a kid.
Mascots? Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean
the Wolverines?
nickname? Okay.
Yeah, the nicknames of the teams, little college towns.
We all know the Salukis, thanks to you. David Lee inside. Mo Taylor blocked with a foul. Kurt Thomas, he wanted an offensive foul. Instead, he's going to pick up his 4th.
That ball looked like it hit the player, went out of bounds, and came back in. That was a weird play. Looked like the ball hit the bench, the Knicks bench over there. Oh, no, Jackson knocked it in. Okay. Ill-advised play by Jackson, sending Mo Taylor to the line. Kurt thought he pushed off, but the officials did not see it that way.
Thomas with a smile as he passes Mike D'Antoni.
Whoa, 4 fouls on Kurt. 4 minutes still remaining in the second quarter.
Well, he's fouled out of 4 games already. He's out there for physical presence, and with this team doesn't have to play 35 minutes per se. Knicks miss another free throw. 5 of 12 from the line.
But now without Kurt Thomas, the Suns are very small.
Sometimes, though, they've played better that way. Thomas early in the season was struggling with the speed of the team. Even Sean Marion at one point just recently was complaining that not all the Suns were not running the way we used to. We're not playing Suns basketball. Guys need to run more. He wasn't specifically talking about Thomas, but guys that weren't used to the pace and tempo that they go with.
Well, they got the Pacers out there now.
Nash steps back. And Marion another rebound. He's already got 7.
Averages 12.
Knicks putting in the effort defensively. Again, we've seen a number of deflections. Jackson back to Nash, where they work the shot clock so well. And Jackson left open again. This time Crawford with a rebound. Crawford pass ahead to David Lee.
Good hands by Lee.
And Crawford in and out.
That was a good momentum shot there.
Larry Brown didn't appear to be happy with it. Marion, they try the alley-oop. Dangerous pass, but Marbury able to get to it. Nice feed inside to Lee on the fast finish. David Lee. And the Knicks back up by 6.
Lee's had a couple of stylistic stops that time coming along the baseline.
It didn't look like he had enough time to slam it, but Lee with some quick hands.
And his pace has quickened.
A foul on Taylor. Knicks not in the penalty yet, but it'll be a 2-shot foul anyway as Taylor picks up his 2nd. We'll have a timeout.
And the Suns entered the game as the offensive juggernaut, but it has been the New York Knicks thriving in transition, especially Lee. Watch this stuff. Mesmerizing by Lee.
I love snakes. And this basketball bounce. I love this game.
Knick fans know John Starks ticket plans available right now. You receive a special bonus with each plan, including a meet and greet with Mr. Starks, an autographed Starks jersey, or John Starks autographed card. Depending on the plan you choose, call 877-NYK-JUNK or visit nyknicks.com for info. As Larry Brown's Knicks up by 6, just under 3 minutes remaining here in the second. Knicks putting together a couple of very good stretches, Clyde, and that's what has been maddening about what's happened the first 2 months of the season.
Well, they've really embellished our keys for the game. Defense, teamwork, prodigious bench play have all been evident in this run by the Knicks.
Diaw knocks it down. Again, when you're 7-21, you are what your record is, and right now that's tied for the worst record in the NBA. And one of the problems, the Knicks have had a number of games where down the stretch, either free throws they've lost, as Taylor knocks it up, because of free throws, turnovers. It hasn't been one problem, and when they go from one game to fixing that problem, the other problem pops up. And that's why they've lost a number of the close games earlier in the season. And then it starts to snowball, and you lose a bit of your confidence.
And that still will be a problem for the Knicks tonight, especially down the stretch if this game remains so close.
Nash now 7.7 assists.
Good exploitation now by the Suns with the mismatches.
Marbury, it's inside Taylor with a little spin move. Nice move from Taylor, who has worked his way in to what's supposed to be the 8 or 9 man rotation, but 10 have already played here in the first half for Larry Brown.
Nash looking to get on track here.
Sean Marion spots up and can't hit that three.
Marion has a funny looking shot, but it goes.
Marbury inside and a foul. Stephon Marbury puts the Knicks back up by 6. And a chance for a three-point play.
Stephon tonight, folks, shrewd, clever, slick, canny moves right there, slicing and dicing between a couple of Suns. So we've seen this all evening from Steph, keeping his head up. Extraordinary ability by Steph, sending him to the line.
So Marbury having a strong first half. Meanwhile, Sean Marion picks up his 3rd foul. So Marion has 3. Kurt Thomas has 4. And the Knicks lead is 7. Just under a minute and a half remaining here in the second.
Jackson has been hot.
About that time as Rose the rebound.
See, the Knicks have shown good perseverance whenever the Suns have closed the gap. They've had to answer.
Taylor wants the ball. Crawford.
Oh, Lee takes the shot.
He didn't have the confidence yet in his perimeter game. Marbury gets inside, lost it, got it back. Shot clock down to 3. And Knicks got bailed out. Raja Bell with the foul, and Rose will shoot free throws. He had his back to the basket with 2 on the shot clock and in no position to shoot, and a technical foul for his demonstrative reaction. Mike D'Antoni saying that's awful. Bell picks up his 3rd. Didn't appear to be a lot of contact there. Crawford hits the technical free throw. Bell will stay in the game.
Bell had his best season as a pro last year with Utah. Averaged 12 points, 3 rebounds, which is where he is right now as a Sun.
He's still arguing. He's got to be careful. What he did is he's down the other end of the court, isolated, where no one's around him, and that's where he got the technical. That's where the officials see they showing them up. All the way down the court. I don't know if that deserves a technical foul. I don't know what he said. Rose misses. And lane violation called on David Lee.
It's inexplicable. That should not happen. As the Knicks scoring an opportunity to get another point.
Let's see if it was Lee.
Right side of your screen.
Oh, no, you know what it is? I think it's Malik Rose. The shooter has to wait till the ball hits the iron. It looked like Rose crossed the line before it hit the rim.
Crawford harassing Nash. Good help right there by the Knicks.
David Lee fires it down to Crawford, and Crawford with an easy two. The Knicks have their largest lead in the first half.
Tenacious D that time on Nash, the good double team forcing the turnover. Crawford, though, one-on-one, his defense was excellent the last time.
The Phoenix Suns only turn it over 14 a game. They've got 11 turnovers in the first half. Raja Bell. And every time the Knicks get a little distance, the Suns hit a three. Shot clock turned off. Then they called that one a two. Excuse me again. Initially, they're ready to raise the arms for the three-pointer, but only a two for Bell. Marbury looks up. That's a three for Marbury. Puts it in. Stephon Marbury. Final seconds. Nash. That wouldn't count anyway. He hits the rim. And that will end the first half on a 12-2 run. The Knicks 62% shooting. Getting a huge ovation as they pile up 61 points here in the first half.
Yeah, but more than that, the Knicks were a team looking for each other, dishing the ball, timely hooping, and a vexing defense, forcing turnovers, giving the Knicks easy opportunities in transition. So the Knicks had a splendid first half.
Again, the Suns don't turn it over very often, but they did 11 times in the first half. Coming up, John Giannone at the MSG Sports Desk. LaSalle will be joined by Alan Houston for first half highlights. Halftime here in the Garden. The Knicks leading the Phoenix Suns by a dozen.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota, moving forward. Now here's your host, Gary Apple.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back inside our NBA TV studios. This is the Toyota Halftime Report. Gary Apple sitting alongside Jim Spinarco. They've played a half at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks with a surprising 61-49 lead at the break. We're going to have complete first half highlights in a few minutes, but first let us show you the numbers from the opening 24 minutes. The Knicks getting it done behind Stephon Marbury's 14 points. David Lee, Jimmy, getting the start and making the most of it, shooting the ball very well. 5 of 6 from the floor. The Knicks as a team at over 60%.
I thought it was as good a focus defensively for the Knicks. I mean, this is a team that Phoenix will pick you apart, so obviously a long way to go in this game, but clearly one of the better halves the Knicks have played this season.
Let us get caught up on some other action from around the league on this Monday night. The Sonics and the Pacers from Conseco Fieldhouse. Rick Carlisle trying to get his team back on track. They had lost 4 consecutive coming in. Steven Jackson in transition off the window, part of an 11-2 Pacers run. Fred Jones to Jackson, and he is a pretty good spot-up shooter.
Oh, that's one of the things he can do. There's no question about that, Gary. He just has to make sure they're good shots in the flow of the offense.
Fred Jones has played well in recent days for Rick Carlisle's team. Off the dribble, he scores 42-25. Indiana opening a 17-point lead. Ray Allen back for the Sonics. Circus shot, very gentle roll, gets it to go, cutting the lead to 54-45. David Harrison then sliding down the lane. That's fundamental.
Yeah, it sure is a nice delivery, too, off the little pick and roll from the middle of the floor.
Indiana 63 points in that opening half. That is a season high. Second half, it's Anthony Johnson getting the start at the points with Tinsley out of there with the bad bicep. At that point, it was a 70-47 game, and right now 78-57. That streak, that 4-game losing streak, appears that it will be broken.
Yeah, you look at Jackson putting up to 22, but Anthony Johnson, as you touched on, not spectacular, Gary, but a guy who's very adequate at the point guard and get the job done.
The Bobcats and the Hornets getting together in Oklahoma City. Chris Paul, what a job he has done for his ball club, coming in averaging over 16 a game. Picking up first quarter. It's Brevin Knight, strong to the 10. Maybe one of the more underrated point guards in basketball.
Well, that's the thing, and his decisions are usually pretty good, and he likes to be in the game at the end of the ball game.
Jermaine Jones, nobody puts a body on him. He rises up. Charlotte up 17-13 at that point. And right now, it is tied at 25 all late in the first quarter. We're going to take a short timeout. Much more to get to on the Toyota Halftime Report as we roll on from Madison Square Garden and from our New Jersey studios back on NBA TV. This is Game Night. Back in a jiff. Gary Apple and Jim Spinarco back in our NBA TV studios. We're at the half, Suns and the Knicks, as we get a look at Kurt Thomas back at Madison Square Garden. He played for the Knicks as we see Sean Marion, the Matrix, delivering from the corner. Marion scored the Suns' first 10 points in the game. Knicks on the run, and boy, David Lee looked awfully good.
Yeah, he really did, and attacking the basket really from the drive right there and the break, also on the right wing in the second quarter, had a nice move.
Off the Eddie House turnover, Jamal Crawford takes the feed and not bashful at all.
No, not at all, especially with only one offensive rebounder down against 5 Suns, but why not, especially if it goes in.
That Captain 8-0 Knicks run, Marbury make that Steve Nash knocking down the jumper at that point. Back we go the other way. It is Stephon Marbury. The quick first step getting into the lane, the bucket, and the foul. He had 14 points in that opening half, and then it's Stephon one more time.
Yeah, long range this time with the shot clock and the half winding down. Also 5 assists for Stephon Marbury. Nice first half for him.
Knicks finishing the opening half on a 12-2 run, deleted by 12 first half highlights, as we just saw, as we look now at the Toyota moving forward halftime stats. And what jumps out at you, Jim?
Well, a couple of things. Number one would be the free throw attempts. Even though the Knicks are not hitting the shots, they've gone to the line 17 times versus 3 for the Suns. But take a look at the last line. Points in the paint, 32-10. Obviously, the Knicks dominating early on in the first half, getting the ball into the paint area. The key for them as it comes up in the second half is going to be whether they can be patient, because that's one of the things, the offensive end. If you can get points in the paint, you're showing some patience on the offensive end. Can they continue to do that? And also the numbers, Gary, too. 13 assists for the Knicks in the first half, a team that averages 17. So they're really distributing the ball, playing very unselfishly.
In 17 of their last 22 games, the Suns have held opponents under 100 points, Jimmy, and way under, 93 a game. And here we are at Madison Square Garden. I'm trying to figure out what Knicks team this is. We have not seen this ball club before.
No, and obviously to put your finger on it and say what's happened, I don't know. It's just a really focus on the defensive end to start things out. Once again, mentioning the assists that they have, so they're playing unselfishly. They're playing much more relaxed. And when the ball is not on one side of the floor, you're getting a little bit more movement out of the guys. If there's a pick and roll, you're getting a little of the 3 guys away from the ball working a little bit better.
The Suns did shoot 50% in the opening half, but it appeared to me that they took a lot of three-pointers, fast three-pointers, instead of showing some patience and trying to get the ball to the basket.
Yeah, and one of the things that you'll notice in the second half, I'm sure, with the Suns is that they don't go away. And obviously they continue with their sets and they can continue with their personnel. You may see Nash get a little bit more involved from a scoring standpoint, but he already has, his 8 assists, I believe it was, in the first half. So he's distributing the ball. Watch for him to pick it up a little bit at the offensive end scoring-wise.
Jimmy and I going to take a last time out before we get you back over to Madison Square Garden for the second half. We are back from our NBA studios in a moment.
I love snakes. And this basketball bounce. I love this game.
They are getting set for the second half over at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks up 61-49. Jimmy, I thought Stephon Marbury was the key to that first half. 14 points, 6 of 7 shooting, 5 assists. Apparently the thaw between him and Larry Brown is working out.
Yeah, I guess it is. And even in the cold, frigid weather of New York City, but Marbury leading their team, I think, in terms of, I think, really being patient, really mixing it up pretty nicely, not really hunting down his shots. And I think overall also from the Knicks perspective, they had 7 steals, 8 steals in the first half, Gary, and they averaged 7 on the season. So obviously there's been a little better focus at the defensive end.
There has been so much made, especially here in the New York metropolitan area, about the relationship between Brown and Marbury. When Stephon came off the court in the second quarter, Brown was there to high-five him.
Right.
A far different story from last week when they wouldn't look at each other when Stephon came off the bench. What does that do to a player's psyche?
Well, I think, number one, the first thing you need is the coach's confidence in you. And I think the fact that they're showing that there's a positive sequence going on there, the communication of it, regardless of what level you're playing, whether it's the young guys in CYO or the college or high school or the pros, you still need the lines of communication to be positive. And I think if Larry Brown and Stephon Marbury have turned that corner, it can only be a good thing for the Knicks.
Sean Marion, the only Suns player in double figures. He's got 12 points in that opening half, along with 8 rebounds. They will need him, and they will need Steve Nash to come up big. You can bet, as Jimmy said, the Suns are going to make a run here in the second half. We'll see you on the post-game show back over to Madison Square Garden for the second half.
The right way to invest. Knicks up 12, 2 very hungry men at halftime. Mike Breen and Walt Clyde Frazier.
Well, part out. I think he's referring to that we both try to find something to eat at intermission. As we look at some of the numbers, and what stands out, Clyde, is the Knicks field goal percentage, obviously.
Yep, and the bench work. Defense holding this powerful Sun team to only 49 points. So the Knicks did it all in the first half.
This is the same five that started the game that Larry Brown says he wants to continue to be his starting lineup. That includes David Lee, who really is basically learning the number 3 position. Lee was hot in the first half. And a 3-second violation called against Eddie Curry.
Kurt Thomas has 4 fouls, but that time undaunted as he was doubling Curry as he's done throughout the game. And then Curry just inexplicably standing in the paint for the violation. Can only stand in there 3 seconds.
And a foul is going to go against Stephon Marbury, trying to deny Rajah Bell. Marbury picks up his second. Marbury looking for an explanation. Tim Donahue out there, who is one of the officials, been hearing it quite a bit. Donahue, a good official in his 12th year, but he's heard a lot of complaints tonight.
See, that time Davis got 2 off on the double team. That's why Diaw was open along the baseline.
Morris Diaw with 9 points. Suns again, this is the 5th game of a 5-game road trip. They've won all 4. And the victory's coming against Minnesota, Washington, Charlotte, and they beat Chicago on New Year's Eve. Nice feed to Davis inside, but can't finish.
Good D by Diaw, not creating a foul. So many times you see a guy that does that, and he's fouled. That time Diaw just moved out of the way.
Diaw left wide open again. That's where Nash creates so many problems on a pick and roll. And just like that, it's cut to 8.
2 consecutive hoops now for Diaw, and a good defensive play as well.
Marbury against Rajah Bell.
Bell right on his case.
A lot of standing around now. As Marbury gets inside, offensive foul as he barrels into Kurt Thomas. Marbury picks up his 3rd.
Kurt is fearless. He has the 4 fouls as Thomas. The second time he's drawn a charging violation against Steph.
That time there were 4 players just standing around watching him dribble.
Watch Kurt coming into your screen. See, he was stationary. That's why he got the call.
It appeared to be outside of the restricted area.
Oh, back door. Good hands by the Knicks.
Robinson initially deflected it, but Phoenix holds on, and Nash can't hit. 8-point Knicks lead. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the 3rd.
Knicks sputtering offensively, though, their last 2 possessions.
Marbury gets inside, draws the foul, and one. Stephon Marbury takes it right to Boris Diaw. You see the shock and dismay on his face.
A defiant Marbury, previously charged with the charging violation, this time would not be denied as he hoops it off the glass.
Marbury 7 of 8 from the field. He leads all scorers with 16.
Diaw dumbfounded as he's charged with the foul.
Diaw, known as that other Frenchman in the NBA, former high school teammate of Tony Parker. Knicks back up by 11.
This is usually where the Knicks are playing.
Nate Robinson breaks up the play, Clyde.
Knicks are usually playing catch-up, but this time they've had the lead throughout the game. Off to an auspicious beginning. And now the turnover by Nate. He's got to learn to dribble, pass the ball off the dribble rather than standing.
And a bounce pass would have helped there.
Yep. So he and Curry have not been able to hook up inside.
Nash, pretty pass to Kurt Thomas.
Kurt, no legs on his shot. He's had to spend a lot of energy trying to deny Curry.
Now Curry.
There's the double. Move it, someone's open.
Curry just holding the ball. Double teamed again. Dangerous pass. Marbury, nice feed to David Lee. Good patience that time. After Curry held on to the ball. And the lead is 13, the largest for the Knicks.
Suns, though, they're always within a run. But not when that man can't get untracked, so he's misfired on his last 2.
Marbury for 3.
See, that's the 3 Brown doesn't want. When you're in a game like this, even though Steph has a hot hand, just move the ball. You're getting any shot that you want.
He has not shot well from three-point range this season, just 22%.
Now Curry on the mismatch. This might get Nash going.
And Nash drops it in. Steve Nash now with 9 points, 10 assists. Just was voted the Canadian Athlete of the Year.
And that's hard to do in Canada in basketball. The hockey capital of the world.
Curry wants the ball. Shot clock at 8. Kurt Thomas has frustrated Curry a little bit. Curry makes his move. He felt he was fouled. That's good defense from Thomas. Raja Bell.
See, 2 possessions that were Stephon with the 3. Curry this time disoriented. No reason. All the Knicks have to do is settle down, run this stuff. They were getting good shots.
The Knicks have made the extra pass tonight that has led them to the high percentage. Not that time for Marbury, and Diaw the rebound.
Now the Suns are right back in it.
And bad foul on Robinson. He's arguing the call, but he's done that before. He gets underneath the player after he takes the shot. That's clearly a foul. And that's going to be for Nate Robinson, his 3rd.
Diaw has made his last 2 jumpers. See Nate right there.
There's no question. He argues it right away, but you can't get under the player before he comes down.
So we've seen that from Nate. We've seen Curry 3-second violation. Stephon ill-advised 3. Curry spinning inside. So those are plays that they can stay away from to protect this lead.
Diaw 1 of 2. It's back to an 8-point game.
It's the little things when you're losing, folks, that cost you games.
Robinson makes the pass to Davis. There's the extra pass we spoke of, and the Knicks back up 10.
And now you can see the Suns are getting into a rhythm. Nash is starting to take over, starting to percolate.
Not hitting his shots, though. He's missed a couple from outside here in this 3rd quarter.
That's good D there by the Suns, not allowing Stephon to penetrate.
Robinson gets inside, and he's fouled that time by Nash. So Nate Robinson will shoot 2 as Nash picks up his 2nd.
So Panasonic digital replay, folks. Pick and roll. One of the oldest plays in the game. It's still one of the most effective. As Dave is able to score, and then Nate penetrating the right baseline to draw the foul, so he's at the line.
5 of the next 6 games, including tonight, right here at Madison Square Garden, as the Knicks miss another free throw. 10 for 19 from the line.
I mentioned the Knicks attempt more free throws than anyone in the league currently. 31 attempts, making about 22 of those.
But they have not been able to take advantage of it. In fact, the number of games this year they've lost because of poor free throw shooting. As a team, 72%. That's not a good number. It's much better than it was early in the season, but still below average.
That's what you alluded to, Mike. One game is missed free throws, another game is turnovers, and that has been the reason.
David Lee, meanwhile, enters a reach and foul on Bell. Poked Antonio Davis. Lee with another rebound.
That's why you do not want to get a rebound and hold the ball near your face, as Davis did that time. You get poked in the eye.
Bell with 4 fouls.
Davis should hold the ball above his head. See, he brings it down. And right there, guys swiping at it, get him in the eye.
Raja Bell complaining. You want to know where the call was, but you ruin your credibility there. Marbury blocked by Diaw. Robinson inside to Antonio Davis, who throws it out of bounds. He just rushed it.
But look at Diaw that time. Diaw working efficiently to force that turnover.
He is such a gifted defender. He had a game this year, Clyde, where he guarded both Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. So versatile on the defensive end. Kurt Thomas. Thomas just his 2nd field goal, but it brings the Suns within 9.
You mentioned last season the Suns gave up 102 points a game. Actually 103. They scored 110. Much improved on the defense now, but the Knicks still scoring a lot, as they will have it when we return.
10:30, a complete wrap-up of the Knicks and Suns live from the play-by-play. Brandon Tierney will be on hand with some special guests, including Alan Houston. That's tonight, 10:30 here on MSG. Alan Houston doing the radio tonight because our man John Andres is on medical leave. We want to send our best wishes to John, who had to undergo some emergency eye surgery just the other day, and he's resting comfortably at home with his wife Maureen. And wish him back soon. I want to dispel the rumor that he hurt himself by hitting himself with a tennis racket after a bad volley. John very intense about his tennis.
John is unflappable. He would never do that.
Oh, you've never seen him play tennis. A very nasty competitor, Clyde.
Oh, yeah?
It's just it's a different person. Oh, Taylor, not a good shot. And the last several times, Knicks have not gotten the shots that they were getting earlier in the game.
Yep. Suns continue to methodically cut into their lead. Kurt Thomas in the pick and roll play has been working.
And Robinson with a foul and one.
I thought he traveled on that play.
Steve Nash takes his time.
The only reason he didn't travel, I guess he was fouled. Watch this right there, I guess is why they called a foul in continuation.
So 4 fouls on Nate Robinson.
Yep. Nash has missed the shot tonight. That's news. Whenever he misses one, 95% shooter.
And what was a 13-point lead just a short time ago has been cut to 6.
And we alluded to why the lead has been cut. Just some folly by the Knicks.
Got to force it in there. Kurt Thomas deflects it. Thomas playing his usual terrific defense that endeared him to the Knicks fans. He was such a one of those guys that you just knew what you're going to get from him every single night.
And that's why the Suns' D is improved because of Kurt, Diaw, and Raja Bell.
Taylor, another bad shot from Taylor. David Lee, though, comes up with it. And they reset. By the way, Kurt Thomas, when he was introduced to the starting lineup, got a nice ovation from the fans. Lee rattles it in. David Lee now 7 of 8 from the field.
See, Stephon drew the double and House in a hurry with the shot. Not a good one. He was not set.
Knicks back up by 8.
See, they should continue to go with Stephon penetrating. House can't guard him. So he needs a double team, and that's why Lee was open previously.
Marbury lost it. House in pursuit. You know, you talk about that trade, Kurt Thomas for Quentin Richardson. Richardson, of course, has had a disappointing season as Thomas knocks that one down. Some obviously due to the injury and the death of his brother, but it's been a rough season for Quentin Richardson. But the deal was also, of course, Knicks did get Nate Robinson in that trade. And another part of it too, as much as I'm sure Larry Brown and the Knicks could use a player like Kurt Thomas in some ways, especially with the defense, as Davis is fouled. The progress, Davis shaken up. Progress of Channing Frye may have been stunted if Kurt Thomas was still around. Well, Davis a little more hurt than we thought at first. He is shaken up. And Roger Hines, the head athletic trainer, looks like he's holding his back.
You can see the agony that AD is in. 37 years of age. Takes a toll.
One of Larry Brown's favorite players back when they were in Indiana with the Pacers together.
Knicks have called a time, obviously, here.
You can see just by the scene there, most of the Knicks gathered around, the respect that Antonio Davis has. As Clyde mentioned, he's now 37. He's the president of the Players Association. Just a quiet leader, a voice of reason, and one that's in a lot of pain right now.
He's a warrior trying to walk off the court. He does. Let's see what happened.
He landed on the foot of Diaw, and that looked like he kind of...
And he was off balance as well. And then Diaw pushes him in the back. Right there, you see.
Sometimes it just takes the minor little difference in how you land to wrench your back. Anyone who's had back problems knows what that's all about.
Yeah, he was in an awkward position, so looked like he's going to be okay.
That's their 14th foul. And for Diaw, his 4th.
See, that's the move right there. House can't stay with Steph.
And Crawford knocks down the 3. Crawford Crawford having a very solid game. And the Knicks back up by 9. Marbury fights through a screen. Thomas left open again, and now Thomas all of a sudden has got the range. Kurt Thomas now with 8 points.
This is a weakness right there, House, and there's Crawford again.
Crawford rushed it. Nice rebound of traffic from James Jones. 7-point game, little over 3 left here in the third. And a foul on Crawford trying to fight over a screen. They've called it very tight on the perimeter, but they've done it both ways.
Kurt Thomas ubiquitous now. So that time drawing a foul against Crawford. Curtis made his last 3 jumpers, creating havoc on the defense as the Suns will have it. A little bird's eye view of the foul by Crawford.
Well, that was the play, that pick and roll that Marbury and Thomas worked effectively as Nash knocks down the 3, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point game.
And again, a good screen by Kurt to free him up.
But of course, Thomas and Marbury didn't always see eye to eye. The two, of course, had that one altercation in terms of an argument. And another turnover as Crawford throws it away.
Suns tightening up their D now. Knicks errant pass. Kurt Thomas starting to erupt.
I love snakes. You and this basketball bounce. I love this game.
Fans enter the Foxwood Lucky Sevens contest and a postcard with your info to the address on the screen. During select games on MSG, 5 names will be shown. If you're selected and are the first caller, you get to shoot for $77,777 at an upcoming Knicks game. Watch the Knicks January 18th to see if you're a finalist. Meanwhile, a 13-point lead has dwindled to 4. Still late in the third.
Yeah, Kurt Thomas providing impetus with screens like that to free up Nash.
And Nash, that time off the mark. No Taylor, the rebound. Knicks offensively coming up big in that first half. They scored 61 points. They only have 13 here in the third so far. As Clyde mentioned, Phoenix has certainly picked up their defense. Taylor against Kurt Thomas. Again, strong defense from Thomas. Knicks fans have certainly seen that over the years. James Jones passes up the 3. Eddie House left wide open and can't connect.
Timely hoops now missing by the Suns. Previously Nash, this time House.
Marbury stripped to the ball. Whoa! Bad pass behind, but no Nick was back. Jones for 3. And Channing Frye, who played sparingly in the first half with fouls, the rebound.
So both teams disorganized now. Imprudent shot selection.
Crawford inside. Oh, beautiful move from Crawford. Crawford with some contact. Suns, by the way, Clyde, 6 of 23 from 3-point range.
Yep, usually they shoot 8 for 22 from downtown. There's the pick.
Now Nash brings it out with Taylor on him, the mismatch.
Stopping.
Taylor did a good job. Quintel Woods couldn't hold on to the rebound. And a new 24 for Phoenix.
Nash showing some fatigue now. He's been erratic with his shooting. So is House, as the Suns will have it underneath.
Nate Robinson doesn't have a field goal, but he's played some solid minutes defending Nash. Nash does have 15 points and 13 assists. Marion inside. Rushed it. Gets his own rebound. I don't know if there's a quicker second jump in the NBA.
And you saw it there by the 6'9" Marion. He's been quiet as a Marion. That might get him going now.
Robinson gets inside. Kicks it out Crawford. And a blocking foul on Steve Nash. That's going to be his 3rd. And the Suns in the penalty.
Let's take a look at Sean Marion. 3rd team All-NBA last season. Also an All-Star because of this type of tenacity off the glass. Currently averaging 11 pounds who am I talking about?
You've been on vacation for a while. You're allowed to have your moments.
Uh-oh, that's not a good sign, folks.
Crawford hits the free throw. Crawford a quiet 17. He's 6 of 8 from the field. And the Knicks back up by 6.
Crawford has made the last 4 points.
Nash and Thomas looking for the pick and roll again. It's been very effective. Nash inside. Eddie House. That's Marion. That's Sean Marion from 3-point range.
Right in front of the Knicks bench. So Marion 5 consecutive points now.
Knicks led at one point by 13. It's now down to 3.
And this man has had the last 4 points for the Knicks. Crawford looking for 2 more.
Suns do not have a foul to give. Crawford kicks it out to Taylor. Back to Crawford. Robinson. That's a 3. It's good. Nate Robinson from downtown. His first field goal of the game. Nash looking for some room. Nash goes underneath, kicks it back out. A rare time. He didn't realize how much time was left.
Yeah, he had Marion open who had made 5 consecutive points. So Nash befuddled that time. A big 3-pointer by Robinson, preserving the Knicks lead.
And Antonio Davis, who was shaken up, gingerly walking back to the locker room. They'll have him checked out as the Knicks lead by 6 as we go to Al Trautwig.
Hey, Mike, this is a nice one. One of the most beloved figures in Phoenix Suns history was Cotton Fitzsimmons, of course. When he passed away, and he had an unbelievable tie collection, his wife passed out those ties. That's Phoenix Suns play-by-play man Tom Leander, and he is wearing one of Cotton Fitzsimmons' tie tonight to honor him for the new year, so it keeps his spirit alive. It's a good thing. Back to you.
One of the great ambassadors for the NBA game. Cotton Fitzsimmons in so many different roles.
The only other coach of the year for the Suns was Cotton Fitzsimmons.
Meanwhile, Nate Robinson with the rebound. Knicks had 7 turnovers in that third quarter. That's one of the reasons why they only scored 20 points after 61 in the first half. Shot clock at 5. Crawford nearly falls and throws it out of bounds. Now, the Knicks have had some games, as we've said, where they've played well, but have been unable to finish. They have struggled in close games down the stretch.
And teams know that. When you know that about a team, you know that, hey, guys, all we have to do is stay close.
Good deflection by Channing Frye. Robinson's pass deflected by House.
Yep.
Mike D'Antoni's hot at somebody. And you rarely see him get that animated in an angry manner. Dangerous pass. Offensive foul, and already 2 turnovers to start the 4th.
Yeah, Mo Taylor just eradicating Bell that time. He had the mismatch, but watch him become too zealous. See right there, shoving him, trying to get to the ball. Before that, Crawford out of control, threw the ball away.
Yeah, you look at the difference second half turnovers. We have an offensive foul this way. Boris Diaw. So 5 on Diaw.
So both teams discombobulated now. The Knicks have it in the backcourt.
If you're just joining us, a couple of news items before the game. Jerome James was suspended on an indefinite basis for conduct detrimental to the team as Pat Burke enters for the first time. Eddie Curry comes in. James, the word the Knicks released, he was unprepared to practice yesterday. They wouldn't give out any more details. Said that the matter would be handled internally, but he's suspended indefinitely. Larry Brown said he will not address the situation. Again, it's going to be internally as Curry can't finish. Fight for the rebound. Knocked loose, picked up by Eddie House.
I'm glad they didn't have that when I played, Mike.
Unable to practice?
I was prepared.
Meanwhile, Raja Bell knocks down a 3, and it's a 3-point game. Of course, James
New Year's Day is very difficult sometimes.
James has been a disappointment this season. Here's Channing Frye. Can't hit.
And you can feel this coming, folks. The Knicks slowly losing their momentum.
Fry giving Marion some room. Eddie House. Robinson defends him well. And Crawford the rebound. That's what you want to make House do, is put it on the floor. Crawford on the pull-up. Nice move from Crawford, who's got 20.
And that momentous hoop by Crawford, fighting off the Suns now.
Burke, who's from Ireland, in the game. Marion. And again, not a hand in his face.
Fry respects his creativity too much, so he's reluctant to get up on it, knowing that Marion can go around it. Now he's compelled to get up on it. He's making the perimeter shots. Fry with the master blaster this time. And watch the pick and roll play. Fry rising majestically right there with the stuff. And the crowd oohing and ahhing every time they see it happen. Whoever said this guy was soft, I don't know where that came from.
As we've said many times, you don't consider him a power player, but he's got some real toughness, and he does not back down to anyone. But he's showing some power moves there.
And that brought the crowd into the game now.
Knicks back up by 6.
Knicks have tightened up their D. Look at the Knicks swarming on the defense now. Marion uncontested.
Fry fell down. Marion can't hit. Crawford a rebound.
Crawford's playing an outstanding game.
Nice entry pass to Fry. Fry stripped to the ball. And then a foul's going to be called on Marbury.
That's a good foul because the Suns had numbers.
Fry looked like he got hit. Larry Brown upset. Fry even had a comment to Robbie Robinson.
That was some dramatic action there, folks. The last 3 minutes, both teams with NBA action punctuated by this stupendous stuff of Fry.
Steve Nash sitting out right now with 8:55 remaining. As the Knicks leading by 6. 5th player to lead the NBA in assists and win MVP in the same season. Name the other 4.
Oh, I know 2.
Iverson won.
Oh, they win the MVP.
No, Iverson didn't lead in. He didn't lead in assists that year.
Assist and win MVP.
Oscar Robinson.
Oscar probably had to do it once. Maybe Chamberlain.
Magic Johnson. Bell misses. Burke knocked away. And Crawford will bring it up. Knicks leading by 6, just over 3 minutes gone by. Who's he winning MVP? And a foul away from the ball. Well, since we're throwing out guesses, let's answer the question. Our Nissan trivia. Who were the other 4? Magic. There was. Oh, how about that, huh?
Yep. The Coos. They would have won more MVPs if not for Russell.
The great Wilt Chamberlain. So many astounding numbers. He still has so many NBA records. Crawford for 3. Get it. And out. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Knicks will get a new 24.
And the Knicks showing some fire here, folks. They want this game. And you can see they're very hell-bent to come away with a victory tonight.
Marbury back in. Raja Bell on him. Marbury with the jumper. It's good. Stephon Marbury with 19. And the Knicks back up by 8.
Steph tantalizing Bell that time. Bell, all he could do on the defense, did everything right but stop Steph.
Crawford trying to fight over the screen. Nash, just a beautiful play.
Going through 4 Knicks, slicing right between them with the finger roll.
He's so efficient now. He gets from point A to point B. Nash with 17 points, 13 assists.
Averaging 18 and 10 on the season.
Marbury again. Marbury puts it in. He told Crawford to go through. He obviously has a good feel. He's got 21 points, 8 assists.
Stephon has that look tonight.
Bell, that's a 3. And David Lee with another rebound, his 8th. Lee having a solid game with 15 points, which is a season high for the rookie.
Right
and 8 rebounds.
Right now, Stefan's playing the shooting guard with Crawford, the orchestrator. Steph made his last 2.
Marbury trying to find an opening. Throws it past Fry. Fry left open. Ball deflected by Jones. And a touchdown of bounds as Fry and Jones go crashing into that row along the baseline. Good hustle from both players. Fry had an open jump shot that he passed up.
Yep, and then he was trying to save the ball, hustling out of bounds. See, he's open right there, passed it, and then now he's trying to retrieve it. Could have been charged with a foul right there for running over Jones.
Now the Knicks will inbound with 4 on the shot clock. Lee missed Crawford. He was open. Marbury puts it up. Fry mistimed his jump. And Nash will set it up.
Knicks must defend the 3 points here. The 3-point shots.
Oh, alley-oop. Gorgeous feed from Nash to Marion.
Stefan was there, but no way to deny the 6'9" Marion.
Knicks leading by 6. They've gone away from Curry, mainly because Thomas's defense has taken him out of the game.
Stefan has had the hot hand.
Curry wants it with his 3 on the shot clock. Marbury.
Now Bell on his case.
Draws the foul. Oh, Marbury got bailed out.
They're going to change that. They're going to change that.
They're not going to change the foul call, but they're checking to see if it was a 2 or a 3-pointer.
Bell has had a couple of dubious foul charges on him.
That should be a 2. That's what it is. But it was the same foul, Clyde, as the Nate Robinson one. He moved underneath the shooter instead of standing there.
Because Steph had made 2 shots, so he knew he had to try to apply some pressure. That's why. That's what happens, folks.
5 on Raja Bell.
The game within the game now that goes on.
Mike D'Antoni still complaining about the call. And it's back to an 8-point lead. Still plenty of time remaining.
And it's still a half-court game, which behooves the Knicks.
Nash kicks it out. Diaw. That's a 2.
Diaw has been an effective shooter tonight. Normally not his forte.
He's improved on it. 14 for Diaw. Knicks by 6.
Again, Nash breaking down the Knicks defense, making them pay.
That's his 15th assist. And a foul. It's going to go against Thomas. And that's his 5th, and we'll have a timeout. Thomas doesn't like the call. But Curry got the benefit that time. Those 2 going at it pretty hard.
Thomas impeding the way of Curry, right side of your screen. And that's why he's the culprit. Now 1 foul away from ejection is Thomas.
I love snakes. You and this basketball bounce. I love this game.
Counting tonight, 5 of the next 6 at home for the Knicks. The upcoming schedule sponsored by North Fork Bank. Wizards on Friday. Knicks again with a lot of practice time this week, and a Sunday matinee affair against the Sonics, and the 1 road game in the stretch in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. Our Knicks Oppenheimer Team Contributor Award goes to David Lee, his 3rd career start, 15 points, 8 rebounds, also 3 steals. Oppenheimer funds the right way to invest. Crawford inside, nicely contested by Diaw. And Nash leading the break. Raja Bell. Marion draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2. Once again, the Phoenix Suns, for the 2nd time against the Knicks, hardly get to the line. In the first game, the Suns didn't shoot their first free throw. This was the game in December, Phoenix, until about 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. This is only their 7th and 8th free throw of the game. They only took 8 total the first time they played. And as we mentioned, they're on pace to set an NBA record for fewest free throw attempts in a season. They only average taking
17.
Yep, 17.7.
Making 14 of those. As Marion swishes 2.
Meanwhile, that last foul, Clyde, is on Marbury. That's his 5th.
And he's out of the game. And Nate Robinson checks in for Steph. Steph had the hot hand.
Fry has the mismatch against Raja Bell. Bell plays him well, though. Nate Robinson, the offensive rebound.
Nate does a good job hanging around the offensive glass.
And the foul is going to go against Phoenix, and the Suns will be in the penalty. Raja Bell called for a hold again, and he's fouled out.
And Fry will go to the line, so that was the mismatch we alluded to.
Third time this season Bell has fouled out, Clyde. He's a physical defender.
He's had a couple of dubious calls against him, but this one seemed like it was bona fide as he goes to the bench. And Fry goes to the line.
Not that every NBA game doesn't have it, but this one has featured a lot of complaining about the calls from players throughout. But the officials have, it's been consistent both ways. They've been calling it very tight on the perimeter. As Fry will shoot two.
Fry, one of the Knicks' better shooters from the line as well as from the field. He has a Midas touch.
Had some early foul trouble in this one, then had a highlight dunk just a short time ago, and hits two big free throws there. Free throws again, so important in so many of the close games. Free throws have cost the Knicks some victories.
The Knicks know what they must do. Keep their defense tight.
And a whistle, that shot won't count. Defensive 3 seconds against the Knicks.
That's even worse.
Channing Frye, technical foul.
Now they got a chance to stop the clock and take points off the board with Nash going to the line.
Frye sits. Maurice Taylor back in. So Nash, #1 in the NBA in free throw shooting at 95%.
#1 in dishing is Nash. 10 assists per game.
5-point game. 5 minutes remaining. Knicks trying to put behind the disastrous first 2 months. 7-21, trying to come up with an impressive victory here tonight. Eddie House, that's a 2-pointer for House. Boy, he is shooting well this season overall. Now, tonight he's just 4 of 10, but instant offense in the fourth quarter.
Knicks know they got to earn it now. They got to keep their composure, remain a team, continue their teamwork.
And an offensive foul call on Maurice Taylor.
Second of the game, just obliterating defenders is Taylor.
4 fouls on Taylor.
Watch it very blatantly. Well, not so blatant. There was a little contact. But the officials have been calling it that way, so the players have to make an adjustment.
Marbury back in.
With the 5 fouls. And he's guarded House. Not something you want to do with 5 fouls.
Again, Nash using the pick and roll with Kurt Thomas. Diao left wide open. And can't hit the 3. Ball deflected. And David Lee comes away with his 9th rebound.
When you're playing catch-up, as Knicks fans know, you need timely hoops. The Suns have played catch-up throughout the game. They needed that one.
Marbury with Eddie House on him. Here comes the double team. Looking for an opening. David Lee left open. Puts it in. David Lee, 8 for 9 from the field. A career-high 17.
Knicks can be aggressive. They have a foul to give.
Nash, Diao, Marion, nobody near him, and he misses it. And the rebound, Nash had it, lost it. Knicks have a 3-on-1. Crawford inside. And the lead back up to 7. Timeout, Phoenix.
The Suns have had their opportunities from downtown. And Ratman Lee has had a stupendous game for the Knicks. Timely hooping previously along the baseline by Lee, propelling the Knicks. And then Crawford in transition after Nash had the rebound and lost it. So Crawford with the easy opportunity. The Knicks bench energized.
Crawford now with 22. Anheuser-Busch salutes America's responsible drinkers. Responsibility matters. 3:39 remaining in the fourth. Our Panasonic digital replay, Clyde.
Yep, swarming Knick defense, leaving a man uncontested. Marion misfires. Nash mistimes his jump. Crawford in transition. swoops for the hoop, and the crowd is back in the game now. The Knicks also increasing their lead.
It's been a season where that wide-open three-pointer has gone down against the Knicks all year. They caught a break that time as Marion had nobody near him. Eddie House off the dribble. Kicks it back out. Diaw. Boy, several times on the rim. Mo Taylor took a shot in there. He's shaking up on the play.
Antonio Davis has already left the game with back woes.
Larry Brown does not want to use a timeout. Well, Taylor is really bothering him now, trying to pick and roll.
He's got blood on. They've got to stop the game.
Yeah, he's got a lot of blood coming out.
And the officials don't see it.
Ball knocked away from House, and Taylor is going to have to come out. They say it's Phoenix ball. Larry Brown saying the same thing.
Taylor's bleeding, and no one sees it. I can't believe it.
Now Taylor goes to Tim Donahue, the official, and they've got to have him come out. Larry Brown upset with the particular play run down there and the turnover, the 20th Knick turnover.
See how Mo got hit in the eye, above the eye. Right there, inadvertently by Kurt Thomas.
The elbow.
But when you're hot, it's easy to draw blood, and there you see it.
Marion. David Lee with a big rebound, his 10th.
Marion wide open, 3 feet away, couldn't finish.
Marbury pulls up. Won't go, kept alive with Marion with a rebound.
Those guys are playing above the rim now. There's Marion again downtown.
2.5 remaining. Knicks lead by 5. Diaw. Marion again, wide open for 3. This time he knocks it down. And some kind of miscommunication on defense.
David Lee just not getting up on it. There was no pick and roll, nothing.
And it's a 2-point game. Crawford. Marbury. Crawford. That's a 3. He's fouled. And Crawford will get 3 free throws. Sean Marion and Mike D'Antoni both disgusted with the call. But Crawford will go to the line.
At the last minute, you saw Marion flying through the air and broke that imaginary plane between the offense and defense.
Key here was he behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, but watch Marion. You see right at the last moment, he tried to block the shot and got a piece of the hand of Crawford.
3 very big free throws. The Knicks trailed 3-0 in this game. Since then, they've pretty much led the entire way. It was 3-2 at one point, but they've led almost this entire game by as many as 13 as Crawford misses a free throw. And right now, each free throw is huge. Our American Express top of the board. Leading scorers off the bench, and Jamal Crawford and Channing Frye both there, behind Deng of Chicago and Butler of Washington. Crawford with 24.
Folks, you get a chance to see Caron Butler in the next game at the Washington Wizards.
4-point lead, just under 2 to play. Curry helping out well on the pick and roll that time. Diaw, and a reach-in foul on Malik Rose. Knicks not in the penalty.
Knicks still have another foul. Well, nope, that's it. The last 2 minutes, so no more fouls to give for the Knicks. 1:53 remaining, folks, in the 4th period, as the Suns want to talk it over.
So a timeout as we just go past the 2-minute mark. Knicks have led by as many as 13, by as many as 8 here in the 4th. And right now clinging to a 4-point lead as this is a 20-second timeout called by the Suns. And while we have a minute, we'll tell you coming up after the game. MSG Sports Desk presented by Toyota. We'll have a wrap-up of tonight's game. The Jets finishing up their season. And the wrap-up there, plus some NHL highlights as well. And then after that, live from the play-by-play, Brandon Tierney. Brandon Tierney, your host. And one of Brandon's guests will be Alan Houston.
How about all the firings today in football?
Aren't you going on that show, by the way, tonight?
Not tonight.
No? Oh, okay.
I wouldn't go in there with Alan. It wasn't big enough for both of us.
14 on the shot clock as the Knicks inbound. Well, look at Eddie Curry playing that pick and roll. Nash gets inside again. Oh, Nash with a beautiful play.
Gyrating in the paint was Nash. Crawford could not deny him.
20 points, 15 assists for Steve Nash. Marbury with Nash on in. Marbury, the pull-up jumper. Won't go. Rebound inside. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Boris Diaw.
Yeah,
Rose will shoot. Diaw is fouled out. The second Sun player to do so.
Good hustling by Rose to get inside after the misfire by Steph. Left side of your screen. See Rose right there. Would not be denied as he goes to the line.
Once again, it comes down to free throws. Knicks have missed 10 free throws tonight. One here in the fourth quarter. Knicks have taken 30 free throw attempts to 9 by the Suns. Not even close.
Rose just coming off the bench, folks, for Taylor, who had got hit in the head and was bleeding. So he's got some pressure now. He's under duress for real.
Rose this season at 74%. Hits the second. It's a three-point game.
The Suns have not been looking for threes, but twos. They've gone inside of the arc. Previously, Nash spinning and winning in the paint.
Rose almost had the steal.
Kirk Thomas coming up.
They try the pick and roll again. Nash gets inside, and he's fouled by Crawford.
That's going to count.
No, they wave it off, say no. Mike D'Antoni tried, and now the best free throw shooter in the NBA will go to the line for 2.
Watch this play, folks. There's the foul, and then Nash tried to go with the continuation. Oh.
Pretty amazing.
This is better than a basket for the Suns because they stop the clock and they take points off the board.
And the man there very confident at the line. Of their 10 free throws, he's taken half of them. Dave Robinson back in.
The other thing, Mike, why their free throws are down is to the loss of Stoudemire. Stoudemire averages at least 8 a game, so they would be not as woeful as they are now with 14 or 17.
Yeah, he led the game in free throw attempts last year.
Now it's come to this, folks. Can the Knicks orchestrate and create right here?
Knicks have led this game since the opening minutes. They've led by as many as 13, and have seen that now come to 1. Crawford inside, a foul, and Crawford will shoot 2. Sean Marion yelling at him.
Marion, that's definitely a foul. He was all over his shoulder trying to block the shot.
So 5 fouls on Marion.
Marion's going to foul him twice. Right there.
See that?
Right there.
Clearly a foul. Crawford now to the line. He's 6 of 7. Crawford is probably the Knicks' best free throw shooter.
Now he has to prove it.
He missed 2 key free throws in Milwaukee the other night, but steps up and knocks that one down. He's got 25.
That's coming off the bench tonight for Jamal. Oh.
2-point game. Missed free throws. Knicks now with a dozen.
And one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. And he's open.
Nash. Three-pointer won't go. And David Lee pushed off to get the rebound. And Sean Marion will shoot 2.
And the crowd is abuzz now. They did not like that call. Previously, Nash was wide open. And right there underneath, you saw David Lee with his hands on him. So Marion fouled Crawford to send him to the line. Marion only a 70% shooter.
Marion 3 for 3 tonight from the line.
He's got blood on him. Look across his side of his head. Oh!
And he hits the second. The Suns have come back to tie it.
And no fouls to give now for either team. Crawford, the hot hand for the Knicks.
Crawford looking to pick and roll with Curry. Curry was open. Crawford couldn't get it to him.
Kirk Thomas denying him now.
Crawford falling down, shoots it, and it won't go, and Nash the rebound. Bad shot attempt.
And Nash is continuing to the hoop.
Alley-oop from Marion stops it in. And the Suns have their first lead since the opening minutes.
So many times in that scenario, teams will call a timeout, not the Suns. Nash pushed it up, Marion with the stuff. Crawford fell down, lost his balance. Nash with the rebound and the alley-oop. And it's funneled into the hoop by the 6'9 Marion.
13 points for Marion in the fourth quarter. Another assist for Nash.
And 4 straight for...
Knicks down by 2. It's their ball with 24.9 remaining. Knicks still have 2 timeouts left. Neither team with a foul to give. And Clyde, the Knicks need to score here because if they don't, you know Steve Nash is going to get the ball in his hands. Crawford, bad pass. Marbury able to get it. Marbury inside. Won't go. Rebound Marion out to Crawford. Crawford back to Marbury. Step back for 3. No good. Rebound taken by Curry and he lost it. And a loose ball foul called against the Phoenix Suns. And the Knicks will shoot free throws.
Can you believe that? The Knicks had opportunity after opportunity, and another here is Curry will go to the line. Stephon, like there was contact, no foul. Right there, Marion lost it. Steph from downtown misfired, and that's when the foul was called right there.
Kurt Thomas.
Yeah, he's gone.
That's the third Sun to foul out. Now Curry, who's just 1 of 3 from the line and has struggled shooting free throws all season with 2 huge free throws right here.
Curry's body language is not good, folks. His body language doesn't look good right now. He's looking all around where you should be thinking and concentrating on the basket.
Knicks down 1. Of course, this the big one with 8.4 remaining. Suns have timeouts left. They've got 2. Curry, 2 clutch free throws from Eddie Curry to tie the game with 8.4 remaining.
So Eddie's showing ice water in his veins that time. So his body language was one thing, but he was able to get swished both of those shots under a lot of pressure tying the game.
Now the Knicks need a stop to try to force the overtime.
And they know who they must stop, Nash. He's going to be on the perimeter trying to come off pick and rolls. Kurt Thomas not in the game, so they'll have someone else setting the high screens. They got to keep Nash out of the paint.
Now the Suns will bring inbound the ball in the front court, and they still have a timeout remaining. As you saw, neither team with a foul to give with 8.4 left.
I think it's going to be Nash's game to win or lose. I don't think Nash is going to give the ball up unless he can just find an uncontested shooter.
Nash has been brilliant tonight with a total of 16 assists. He also, for the game, has 22 points. And a reminder, after the game, MSG Sports Desk, presented by Toyota, will have all the NBA, NFL, NHL news coming up. The Knicks trying to come back and tie and force the overtime against Phoenix.
So Larry Brown is probably telling his players to double team Nash, get the ball away from Nash. We don't want him to have the ball, which is easier said than done.
Knicks have led almost this entire game, had a 13-point lead in the third quarter, had a 7-point lead with 3.5 minutes to go. But all season they've had trouble executing down the stretch of games. And they had some trouble down the stretch here. However, on the last possession, the desperation and the effort helped force that extra shot that led to the foul of Curry's free throws. So Steve Nash, the reigning MVP, will look to try and win it in regulation for Phoenix.
The crowd on their feet now at the world's most famous arena.
James Jones will inbound. Pat Burke is in the game as well. As is Eddie House. Robinson on Nash.
Nash is going to win or lose it, man. He's not giving it up.
Nash fires at the buzzer. No good. Overtime.
Well, I knew he wasn't going to pass it. He's going to win it. It was his game to win.
And David Lee played that pick and roll very well to stay with Nash and contest the shot.
Yep, Nash has exploited the mismatch all evening, and he has it right there. And Nash just was off balance. He had the shot he wanted, couldn't finish.
So overtime at the Garden. Both teams 1-1 in overtime this season. We'll be back with 5 minutes on the clock. Tonight's New York Knicks overtime brought to you by AIG for insurance, loans, and retirement. AIG.
Both teams 1-1. The Suns' last game, New Year's Eve, was an overtime victory in Chicago against the Bulls. As the Phoenix Suns had a chance to win at regulation, but the Knicks defended the pick and roll well, something they struggled with all game.
All right, but this should never happen. Nate should not get picked off. You see, but he does. There's the mismatch they wanted. Nash just rushed the shot because he was off balance.
And how about Eddie Curry, who has struggled from the free throw line most of the season, stepping up and hitting 2 clutch free throws to tie the game.
And how about the Suns, Mike? This might be close to a record. 3 players falling out in regulation on the same team. Diaw's gone, Thomas is gone, so is Bell. So that bodes well, or should bode well, for the Knicks in OT.
Unfortunately for the Knicks, Nash is still in the game. Nash has been brilliant. Marbury has played a terrific game. David Lee in a start. Some very good individual performances. The Suns trying to go perfect on this road trip. It's a 5-game road trip that ends tonight. They're 4-0 so far. The Knicks, meanwhile, trying to come up with a win. And right now, 5 minutes on the clock.
That's why fatigue could be a factor for Nash and Marion. They played a lot of minutes thus far. You just alluded to their formidable road trip, which they've had.
They didn't look too tired coming back from 13 down in the second half to take the lead before Curry's free throw.
But coming back from 13 down, you have to expend a lot of energy. And you never know who has the momentum when you go into overtime. You always think it's the team that tied the game.
Nate Robinson inside to Curry, and he misses the jam. Gets it back and is fouled. Curry wide open. And tried to put an emphatic slam. Terrific pass from Robinson.
I'd like to see Nate do more of that. Curry just lost the handle.
That's the second missed dunk that he's had in this game.
Big free throws by Curry to tie the game. A lot of pressure. He made those. No pressure now. Let's see what he does.
Curry hit the 2, the last 2 points of regulation. He hit those 2 free throws with just over 8 seconds remaining. This is that one, and Marion the rebound. Nash with 22 points, 16 assists. Eddie House, ball deflected by Curry. Robinson ahead to Crawford. Crawford doesn't have the numbers and wisely pulls it out.
Good transition D by the Suns as they were able to get back.
Marbury inside, David Lee, and a foul! David Lee comes flying in. He's got 19 and the Knicks up by 3.
And Marion befuddled by the call as Lee goes right around him baseline to hoop.
They called a foul on Jones, not Marion.
That's why Marion was looking that way. Thought it was on him.
Mike D'Antoni
having his best game as a Knick.
Mike D'Antoni irate. Another missed free throw. The Knicks for the game have now missed 14 free throws. Nash. Jones steps back. Eddie House left open for 3. Not that time. And Lee. What a game David Lee's had. His best as a pro. 19 points and 11 boards.
See if the Knicks can put these guys away. Don't let them hang around.
Curry inside. And draws the foul again. Curry will shoot 2 more. Curry hurt his leg on that play.
You see the Suns now a step slow. Those legs aren't moving. The Knicks have been able to outquick them, especially Curry at 285. Watch him. They are making Curry look elusive off the dribble. Again, he's at the line. Previously made 1, missed 1.
Now with 9. 3:43 remaining in overtime. If you're just tuning in, the Knicks led almost the entire game by as many as 13 in the second half. By 7 with 3.5 to go. As Curry misses another free throw.
But the Suns came back, took the lead. Eddie Curry had 2 key free throws with 8 seconds left to force the overtime. And the Knicks are up by 4 as Nash can't hit Pat Burke with a big offensive rebound. Marion spotting up. Gets inside the runner. Won't go. Rebound. Almost tipped in by Curry. Jones back up. And a foul. James Jones with a chance for a 3-point play.
Good perseverance by Jones. He took the ball away from Marion. And Curry was all over him. And watch the defiance by Jones as he gets the rebound. See Marion there, but Jones comes in with it. There's Curry draped all over him, but in vain as he's able to complete the 3-point play.
So Jones, with his first 3 points of the game, brings Phoenix within 1.
Marion showing his versatility now, guarding Crawford.
Curry, again, second effort from Eddie Curry, just bullying his way in.
Sometimes he looks like a man among boys out there.
Nash gets inside, kicks it back out. Marion spots up, that's a 3. That's good. Sean Marion ties the game. 33 for Marion.
Good dishing and swishing that time by House to find Marion. Sun pitches up now, shouting out encouragement to their team.
Marion had 17 points after 3 quarters, 16 in the 4th quarter and overtime. Crawford puts it in. 27 for Crawford. House, that's a quick 3 from House, and that's good. And the Suns take the lead. Phoenix Suns keep them firing back.
This is vintage Suns you're watching now, folks.
They've taken 35 threes in the game.
And it's not over yet.
Crawford can't hit that time, and House the rebound.
Another 3, they might put this one away. There it is.
Nash, it's good. Steve Nash from downtown. And the Phoenix Suns take their largest lead of the game. A 4-point advantage with 2 minutes to go in OT.
And the 3-point bomb has erupted here now, hurting the Knicks. Previously, Marion right in front of that bench. This time, Nash straight on. You see the screen there. And he was uncontested. He can't miss them all. He was able to make this one.
Steve Nash now with 17 assists. The reigning MVP putting on a show. You see all the 3-point field goals by the Suns. They've taken a lot. Now starting to hit big ones, including Steve Nash and Eddie House, back-to-back threes. And the Suns, after trailing by 4 in the overtime, now lead by 4.
And also one by Marion. So it's the 3-ball that has erupted here. They putting the Knicks in dire straits as they have it in the backcourt.
Still plenty of time remaining. Robinson gets inside, underneath. That's a goaltend. Burke did not need to touch that. I don't think that would have gone in. But he hit it above the cylinder.
This offensive bonanza continues. One of the more dynamic overtimes you'll ever see.
Robinson trying to stay with Nash. Pass deflected by Robinson. Here comes Robinson, chased by House. Inside, tie game. And Robinson deflects it again. And still Phoenix ball.
A good hustle by Crawford that time. But the Suns have it in the backcourt. A rare turnover by Nash, allowing the Knicks to tie the game.
Mike D'Antoni was telling Nash, shoot that ball instead of passing it. That time gets it to Burke. And Burke fouled by David Lee. So Pat Burke, the only Irish-born player ever to appear in an NBA game, is going to go to the free throw line.
See, what the coach is telling Nash is something that's not instinctive to his nature. Because when he sees someone open, instinctively he looks to pass the ball, so he can't shoot it.
Burke hasn't played a lot this season, Clyde. He's just only taken 6 free throws. He's hit 5 of them.
And now the Thunder sticks are out. As you can see under the Knick basket, they only work if you can't shoot.
Burke, no problem that time. He's a 31-year-old player in just his 2nd year in the league. Played his college ball at Auburn. Last couple of years playing in Spain.
trying to get a measure of revenge after he was dunked on by Fry tonight. And he does with 2 big free throws.
The 6'11 lefty puts the Suns back up by 2. Robinson with House on him. Robinson on the drive. And again the foul. Eddie House doesn't like the call, but it goes against Burke. So Robinson will shoot 2.
Nate has been able to get baseline. Previously drove the middle to get a goaltend, and this time he gets the foul.
You can go, you don't have to go any further than free throws as to why this game's in overtime. The Knicks missing free throws, 15 total for the game.
Knicks showing some resiliency.
And that's now 16. Of course, Curry hit the 2 clutch ones with 8 seconds to go to force the OT.
But a big 3-pointer by Nash, putting them up by 4. Looked like the Knicks were done. And they forced the turnover, and this man scored a couple of baskets. Now he misses his first free throw, has 1 more coming.
Robinson misses both free throws, and the Suns will have it with a 2-point lead. The free throws once again really hurting the Knicks. .112 remaining.
Now they will milk the clock. You won't see any more rush shots now.
Nash has played 45 minutes. Marion 49. Marbury 43. Curry helping out on Nash.
They switched too easily. This is what Nash wanted.
And Nash can't hit the 3. Rebound, David Lee. 12 rebounds for Lee. Second straight game he's hit that mark. Marbury kicks it out. Robinson wisely doesn't try to force the pass in.
Knicks showing some composure here.
Crawford gets inside. Crawford puts it in. Game is tied. 29 for Crawford.
Nash has had his opportunities.
Nash inside. Back out. Eddie House. House off balance jumper. That won't go. And Curry the rebound. Larry Brown decides not to call a timeout. Shot clock is turned off.
Crawford doesn't know what to do. He should keep shooting. He has the hot hand.
Crawford with 4 seconds to go. Crawford puts it up. No good. Nash the rebound, and we'll go to a second overtime.
Crawford was looking and listening to the coach. He'd been shooting the ball well. He kind of lost his focus there.
Lots of times you don't like to call a timeout to let the defense set up, but because the Knicks look confused there, Clyde, timeout may have worked. Or may have helped, I should say.
Yep, and Crawford probably felt that one, but it was too long.
So 5 more minutes on the clock. What a roller coaster ride tonight here at the Garden. Double overtime at the Garden as the Knicks start the year 2006. They're all even, but the Phoenix Suns had a chance to win it at the end of the first overtime. Suns had a chance to win it at the end of regulation. Couldn't get a shot to go. And Jamal Crawford couldn't get this one to go either, Clyde. And you could tell as he was coming up, he was unsure of what to do. Larry Brown deciding not to go with a timeout.
Well, watch what the coach tells him to do. The coach is saying, come over here. Watch when Crawford wants to take the ball. The coach is telling him to go to the sideline. That's why Crawford is confused. Like, go over here for what? Now, there's the screen.
That's where they wanted the high pick and roll. The Suns played it well, and you wind up settling for a jumper.
Right, but he wasn't very focused, so because he seemed a little unsure, uncertain of what was running.
Last time the Knicks played in the double overtime game was March of 2004, a game they lost in double overtime in Philadelphia. A lot of players have played a lot of minutes. Marbury with 44. David Lee has played 42. Sean Marion 50. Steve Nash 46. Again, 3 players have fouled out for the Phoenix Suns. Kurt Thomas, Boris Diaw, and Raja Bell.
That's why it's hard to believe they're still hanging in the game.
And Marion wins the tip from Curry. Trying to find an opening. James Jones for jump shot. That's a 2-pointer for Jones. And Jones have been quiet all game. Had a big three-pointer in the first OT.
Speaking of being quiet, Stephon is quiet now. He's got to look to get involved.
Curry wants the ball. Nice entry pass. Curry hammered by Burke.
Good foul by Burke. Sent Curry to the line. He's been making one, missing one. Watch Lee, an excellent pass by Lee. Right there, Curry using his body nicely, but Burke recovering to give him a good foul.
So Curry will shoot two. Curry hit the two big free throws with 8 seconds to go in regulation to tie the game and force the first overtime.
Since then, he's 2 for 4.
But overall now, he's missed 5 free throws, and the Knicks as a team have missed 18. They were 2 of 7 from the line in the overtime.
And this was not a team problem last year, free throws. And we mentioned the Knicks lead the league in free throws attempted. This is just going to augment that. All the attempts tonight as well.
Nash looking for an opening. Burke steps back. Oh, Crawford knocked it out of the hands of David Lee.
Yep.
They're going to say, though, that it's still Knicks ball. Well, I think Knicks got a break there. Mike D'Antoni furious.
They definitely got a break. You see
that's a bad call.
Yeah. But they have a way of evening out, folks. Bad calls.
Robinson, crossover, goes inside. Curry the rebound. Back up, can't get it to go. Curry fouled. And 2 more free throws from Eddie Curry.
Curry starting to become a dominant force now in the paint.
Boy, Mike D'Antoni's still hot. Boy, you love Curry's effort there. 12 points, 11 rebounds for Curry as Jones picks up his 3rd foul. But he now he's got to hit some free throws for the Knicks. 27 of 45 from the line. And remember, the Suns have only taken 16 free throws.
1 below their average for a regular game. And we are in the second OT.
Curry, again, 1 for 2. Tie game. Just under 4 to play in the second overtime.
Nash has had his opportunities from there.
Nash for 3. And the Suns back up by 3. Steve Nash, 28 points, 18 assists.
I mentioned Steps. He's got to try to get involved now.
And Nash with a foul. Boy, Mike D'Antoni's got to be careful. That's the 3rd team foul in overtime. You shoot on the 4th team foul.
Throughout the game, the Suns have been in the penalty, allowing the Knicks to go to the line. That's why they've had so many attempts.
I don't know. Wasn't much there, Clyde.
Yeah. Dubious calls all evening.
Marbury high off the glass. David Lee's tip won't go, and a foul call on James Jones. And the Suns are really losing their emotions in terms of the calls.
Except David Lee goes to the line now. Another mediocre free throw shooter, so he's not comfortable going there. Stephon breaks down the defense.
By the way, Nash playing Marbury tight there, and he has 5 fouls. Meanwhile, Marbury's played with 5 fouls for a long stretch.
Oops.
Lee hits that one. 20 points and 13 rebounds in 44 minutes. All career highs in this young pro career of David Lee. Ball tipped by Robinson. Knicks down by 2.
House and Marion on the same side. There's Sean.
Marion makes his move. The runner won't go. Curry. Knicks have done much better when they take it to the basket. Marbury bumped by Burke and runs. Stephon Marbury ties the game with a free throw coming up.
Stephon, an uncanny blend of quickness and power and creativity, as you will see on this play. There's the quickness. There's the power and the creative shot. Very difficult shot to make, shooting it straight into the basket without banking.
This is the 50th free throw from the Knicks. David Lee lost it. And it's going to be Phoenix ball. The Knicks have now missed 21 free throws. They hit their free throws. This game was over a while ago.
Yep.
Instead, it's all tied with just a little over 2.5 remaining in the second overtime. Fans getting their money's worth tonight.
They have Kevin House now. He's the guy that's open.
Marion flips it in.
Marion previously penetrated and missed a shot, redeeming himself this time about 8 feet away.
35 and 13 for Marion tonight. Boy, the ebb and flow of this game. It's been a tough one to watch if you have high blood pressure. Nate Robinson spinning inside. Nice feed to Curry. Beautiful penetration from Robinson.
They draw the double team. Curry, the beneficiary.
Tied again. Nash, another three. Won't go. And it's going to be Knick ball with 2:01 remaining. In the overtime, you get 3 additional timeouts, and you shoot on the 4th team foul.
Watch the Nate spinning inside, the creativity and the stuff by Curry. They should go back to that play.
Marbury hits Nash, crossover inside. Curry with another tip, and the Knicks take the lead.
Stephon again breaking down the D, allowing Curry to get to the hoop.
Nash will shoot it. Comes up short. Burke tips it. Last touch by House. No. Crawford touched it last, and it's Phoenix ball.
Nash's legs are gone now. That time an easy opportunity, 12 feet away, misfiring.
And a timeout call by the Phoenix Suns with 1:39 remaining in the second overtime. The Suns have the ball, and the Knicks have a 2-point lead. A high-anxiety thriller here at the Garden. Double overtime with the Knicks lead by 2. Reminder, immediately following, MSG Sports Desk presented by Toyota. We'll have NBA, NFL, and NHL all coming up on Sports Desk. Meanwhile, the Knicks lead by 2. It's Phoenix ball. They'll have it in their front court. Eddie Curry with 6 points here in the second overtime, Clyde.
Yeah, very resourceful, resilient Knick team. And Curry now providing the impetus on the interior, so he has been omnipotent. Stephon will break down the D, giving Curry another opportunity inside.
And there's where the Suns miss Kurt Thomas, who fouled out. They miss Boris Diaw, who fouled out. And Raja Bell, 3 of their better defensive players.
And they're still in the game, only a 3-pointer away from taking the lead.
Marbury, meanwhile, has played with 5 fouls for a long stretch. See, Marion and Nash both 1 away. The Phoenix Suns have taken 39 3-point attempts.
There's House. They want House.
House, quick shot. Oh, House knocks it down. And the Suns tie it up.
That was a premeditated play. So they ran it to perfection. House along the sideline.
Eddie House, 14 points off the bench.
Sean Marion now on Stephon. He's been guarding Crawford.
Marbury makes his move past him inside, no go. And Marion the rebound.
They have numbers.
Nash.
Oh, he traveled.
And they got it. They call the travel.
And that was crucial. They had a 2-on-1. And he definitely traveled a couple of times.
Crawford did a good job that time. He was playing off Nash for a minute and then kind of faked at him.
You know what happened? Nash made up his mind what he was going to do. And when Crawford faked, forced a turnover.
Nash with an NBA high 20 assists in this game. NBA season high.
But that turnover was costly.
Marbury almost lost that. Marbury left open, puts it up. Won't go. Rebound and good boxing out from James Jones. Final minute of the second overtime.
Both teams, those Knicks feel like noodles. That heart is pounding, but you got to go on.
Again, this is the 5th game of a 5-game road trip for Phoenix. Burke steps back. Burke the jumper. And Curry the rebound.
Yeah, that's the shooter the Knicks wanted right there.
Burke not hesitant, though. And the crowd getting on its feet, trying to cheer the Knicks on. Crawford wants the ball, guarded by Nash.
He has the side clear now.
Crawford makes his move, puts it up, shot no good. Jones the rebound with 14 seconds remaining. A bad shot. And the Suns will call timeout with 9.3 remaining. Crawford just trying to draw the foul, but just threw up a shot. Didn't come close. And the Suns will have a chance to win it here in the second OT.
Well, first of all, if you're going to clear out the side, why would you penetrate to the middle? Watch Crawford. The side is clear. You want to go baseline. Watch him come back to the middle. That's where the players are.
That's just not a good shot to take. Man's on you. Kind of take a running shot like that. That's what's hurt the Knicks down the stretch of many of these close games. Now they need a stop. They do have a foul to give here, Clyde.
They have to use it wisely. Because the Suns are going to be looking to get the ball up quickly with House out there with Marion and Nash.
As you see, Phoenix is completely out of timeouts.
And again, they're going to let Nash decide this game, folks. He's going to be the guy with the ball. We've seen that before, but he couldn't finish. He got the shot he wanted, but misfired.
At the end of regulation, Suns had 8 seconds to try and win it. Knicks defended the pick and roll well. David Lee contested the shot. We had the first overtime. Again, Sports Desk, sponsored by Toyota. John Gino patiently waiting to bring you all the sports news. And then afterwards, live from the play-by-play, Brandon Tierney, a complete recap and talk about the Knicks. The question is, will it be a thrilling win, or will it be another disappointing loss? Knicks have played well, but the missed free throws, you can't emphasize enough. 21 missed free throws tonight. They've been to the line 50 times, but have missed 21 of them.
That's comical, man. 50 times to the free throw line.
And here in the second overtime, they've missed 4 free throws. They were 2 of 7 in the first overtime, 3 of 7 in the second. But right now, they need a defensive stop. Stephon Marbury and Jamal Crawford. Nate Robinson, the 3 guards in there, along with David Lee and Eddie Curry.
The most provocative game of the season for the Knicks now. Hanging in the balance, so they have to come up with some defense.
Eddie House, Sean Marion, James Jones, Burke, and Nash. Again, the Knicks have a foul to give, and the Suns are out of timeouts.
The thing is, you don't want to give the foul too quickly.
And you got to make sure that you commit the foul. The opponent's not in the act of shooting.
Oh, see, that's too quickly. What is that, folks? Now they still have 8 seconds. Now you have no foul to give.
It's not a smart play.
Nope.
There's a better way to utilize that foul to give.
You want to try to make them use some time and then foul, like more like 4 seconds remaining. Now they have ample time to just stall whatever they were going to do before.
Nash trying to pick and roll several times, leaves on him again. Nash gets inside, back to Burke. Burke for the win. Triple overtime at the Garden.
Knicks have been doing the prudent thing, leaving Burke open. And he has come through like they thought he would. He has misfired.
5 more minutes up on the clock. Knicks and Suns tied at 1:27 as Nash once again this time gets it off, and Burke had a good open look.
Suns bench thought it was good.
They want to go home. They've been on the road a long time. They've got at least 5 more minutes on the clock.
I want to go home too, and I haven't been on the road.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. A wild ride tonight as the Knicks and Phoenix Suns are about to enter the 3rd overtime. This is the 7th time in Knicks history of a game that's gone 3 overtimes and more. The most is a 4 overtime game. The Knicks played against Rochester back in 1951. And the last time the Knicks went to 3 overtimes was way back in 1993. They played in Orlando against the Magic. And in the cases at the end of regulation. Suns had the chance to win it, and Nash couldn't hit the shot. At the end of the first overtime, the Knicks had a chance to win it, and Crawford couldn't hit the shot. And then Pat Burke missed. As you see, Larry Brown and Stephon Marbury both enjoying the moment here as they came out on the floor. As a player, Clyde, I know it's tiring, but these games can be thrilling.
Yep, but 3 guys clinging by their fingernails. Stephon 5 fouls, Nash 5. So is Marion.
Marion has played 56 minutes. Nash 52, Marbury 50, Lee 48. They're the most. Crawford alley-up to Curry. And the counter. Jones fouled him, and Curry still put it in.
The omnipotence of Curry tonight. And he's been a juggernaut in the paint. That time right there, taking Jones to the hoop with him. But his free throw, like all the Knicks, has been atrocious.
Jones with 5 fouls. If you don't have at least 5 fouls, something's wrong with you. Curry hits the free throw. And the Knicks go up by 3, but as we've seen, whoever takes the early lead in overtime, it doesn't mean anything. Curry with 20 points and 14 boards. Sean Marion, the runner. Tough shot for Marion. He's got 37. Crawford leads the Knicks with 29. Knicks have 4 players with 20 or more. Marbury's had Marion on him. David Lee inside. David Lee with a chance for a 3-point play. What a game Lee has had. 10 of 11 from the field. He's got 22.
Knicks are very strong going to the hoop. Previously Curry. And this time Lee over Burke.
And Burke has fouled out after just 13 minutes.
Let's see if Lee can make a free throw. If he makes a free throw, I think it's over tonight, folks.
Clyde, I would never say that the way this game has gone until the buzzer sounds. Jimmy Jackson, who's been sitting for a long time, he replaces. And Lee hits the free throw.
Yep.
And the Knicks have a 4-point lead. Knicks had a 4-point lead in the first overtime. Suns came back and took a 4-point lead before the Knicks were able to tie it. Nash, nice feed inside, and Marion flips it in.
The help was late. You saw Stephon was coming, but too late to stop Marion.
Marion with a season high, 39 points.
And he's guarded everyone on the Knicks. Marion on Stephon now. He's guarded Crawford as well.
Curry has James Jones on him.
Lee has to look for the shot.
And he traveled.
Yep. Never looked at the basket. So Woods bounds off the bench. One of my pet peeves right here. Why they don't let players into the game?
So meanwhile, that's the first turnover in the entire overtime session for the Knicks. They had, now the way it is, you have to be to the scorer's table when the violation occurs and when the final play, the last play occurs, unless it's the last 2 minutes.
I'm sure they'll change that one day.
Clyde, the Knicks didn't have any turnovers in the first overtime or second overtime. As Jimmy Jackson, Jones with a hand in his face. And a rebound, Crawford. Crawford having a terrific all-around game. 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Now you see Curry drawing a lot of attention. The perimeter should be open. They're looking to double and triple team Curry.
Robinson, a jumper. Won't go. David Lee with a rebound. Lee, another big board. Marbury inside. Won't go. Curry's tip doesn't go. And Nash the rebound. Knicks still lead by 2. Marion almost threw it away. Jones inside. Blocked by Curry. Eddie Curry making some big plays. And Crawford says slow it down.
Curry showing why the Knicks acquired him now.
Marbury flips it in. Well, the Knicks back up by 4. 27 points, 10 assists for Stephon Marbury.
Because of the rejection by Curry.
Chance of defense again. Nash, a three-pointer. That's off the mark. And Marbury tracks down the rebound. Knicks need to take time off the clock. Although with the Suns being so tired and short-handed right now, you don't want to slow it down and give them a chance to catch their breath. Marbury inside, and a hacking foul on Jackson. They're not in the penalty yet, but I'll see if it's in the active shooting. Yes, he'll shoot two.
Stephon is starting to erupt now. They've been quiet the last few double teams. The overtimes. But watch Curry coming out with some fire and desire, smacking Jones to the floor. And Stephon swoops and hoops. And again, Steph goes to the basket to draw the foul, so he's shooting two.
Eddie Curry, 20 points, 15 rebounds, and a very big block shot. Knicks up 4, 2 free throws coming up from Marbury. .206 remaining in the third overtime. That's right, triple overtime of the Garden. Knicks leading by 4. Stephon Marbury will shoot 2 free throws. You see the timeouts remaining. Both teams with plenty. Suns no longer with a foul to give. Now, Phoenix right now only has 6 available players. They only dressed 11 players tonight. And they've had several foul out, including Dial, 4, Thomas, Rajah Bell, and Pat Burke. So right now, all they have to come off the bench is Deon Thompson. And what happens if you foul out more than, say you foul out with 12 guys, you foul out 8 guys, and you only have 4 left who haven't fouled out, you don't play with 4. You play with the 5th guy. The last member to foul out stays in the game, and every time there's a foul called on him, there's also a technical foul. So it's not like you would play with 4.
How do you know all of this?
Marbury, meanwhile, will shoot 2 very big free throws here. 28 for Marbury.
All right, Knicks, come on. How many chances can you give these guys?
Another missed free throw. Quintel Woods with a big rebound. And the Knicks will bring it back out.
Quintel just checking into the game and playing benefits.
This is the largest lead any of the teams have had in any of the overtimes.
Woods has the mismatch now.
Marbury fires away. It's good. Stephon Marbury puts the Knicks up by 7. 30 points, 10 assists for Marbury. House, Nash, Jones, that's a 3. Can't hit it. David Lee with his 15th rebound.
Crowd sensing a victory now.
But every time you've been ready to count out one team or another tonight, they always bounce back.
Stephon looking to ice the game.
Marbury has James Jones on him. Lee sets a screen. Marbury inside, reverse, banks it in. The Knicks up by 9.
Stephon taking over now.
Jimmy Jackson for 3. That's good. Jackson keeps their hopes alive. So a 7-point game, just under a minute to go. That's the 42nd three-point attempt by the Phoenix Suns tonight. They've hit 13. Knicks wisely taking time off the clock.
And getting the ball to Stephon.
Marbury won't go. Quintel Woods, the tip. That misses. And Nash comes away. Woods would have been better bringing it back out. Eddie House jacks up a 3, and that's short. And how about Woods with all these rebounds in the last couple of minutes helping out? And the crowd now on its feet. They sense a victory. With 25 seconds remaining, Knicks leading by 7. Suns not looking to foul. And that means the Knicks are going to get this much-needed victory to start 2006. Crawford stripped and stolen. Sean Marion steps up for 3. Robinson the rebound, and that'll do it. What a roller coaster ride tonight at the Garden as the Knicks win in triple overtime in a thriller where Stephon Marbury pours in 32.
And he rolls the barrel for the Knicks. There are 3 of them right there. And that coach has to be relieved that he finally gets a big victory at home. So the Knicks showing some competitiveness at the world's most famous arena.
And now showing complete exhaustion
As some of the players, Marbury played 54 minutes. How about David Lee? 52 minutes, 10 of 11 from the field. Steve Nash, 56. And Sean